Love it. That's awesome. I remember that.
Just starting the recording. I guess I'm going to have to edit that out because I didn't make a real awesome intro. But um, Rahel is here. That's awesome. She is the one who won the last giveaway. And she definitely joined in again. So that was our winner from last time. Welcome back. Good luck to you again today. And if you're getting your screen share all queued up, is it working? We can, at 6 o'clock, we can give a few more minutes. There's still some stragglers coming in. We can get going.
Yep, it's working.
We are seeing your screen. Make sure there's nothing incriminating up because I am recording now.
Well, I've got this thing. This is about the worst thing I've got on my computer right now, and that's your picture, so I don't know.
That is a beautiful sight.
That is
At least
actually
half of it is.
Yep.
That left side is amazing.
No, I was just going to leave it alone. I'd leave it at that. At least half of it, and let them decide.
That is my lovely CC right there. It makes me smile every time I look at it. All right, it's 6 o'clock. I know there's still going to be a few people who missed the beginning, but this may run a little bit long, so I want to get going as soon as possible. So I'd like to welcome everyone who is here so far. This is doing our live Q&A for the members. All members of This Stuff Really Works. Anything goes. Questions about solo ads has been the most recent launch, but also anything having to do with, traffic generation, product creation, niche selection, anything you want to talk about, Skype. Any questions you may have about anything, we're going to cover it today. I'm going to cover every last question. We'll stay till the last question is over. And at the very end, I got a couple of different prizes and things we're going to give away. Even for the people who stay to the very, very end, I'm going to try to give away some more surprise gifts. So right now, we're just going to go through the questions. Also, there's going to be a drawing for the contest. As you know, we're going to be launching our next product with one of you in this room. So whoever wins the contest, we're going to JV partner with you. We're going to create a new product and launch it, get everything going, and launch it together. So if you don't have a product already, you may want to join in. If you haven't registered for the drawing, it's coachcomeback.com/WSO of the day. That's a hyphen between each part. So coachcomeback.com/WSO of day. That was where we launched just last week. We just launched our normal, quiet, no-name launch like we always do with our products. And this latest one, just took off like crazy out of the first day. People were loving this, the Module 4.0, the Overnight Solo Ad Blueprint. So come 9 o'clock, I get a notification that, we were at the #4 bestseller in all of Warrior Forum. How many products there are in Warrior Forum and how much traffic that Warrior Forum gets. But for us to have a non-affiliate, non-big JV launch, really pretty much a no-name. I guess I got to stop saying I'm a no-name now, but pretty much we had no affiliates, no JVs, no big names promoting us at all. So those of you who think you can't do this, that you have to be some big guru, we were not. I still say I am not. I am not a big name in the IM industry. No one knows me. All of my products previous to this were all in niches outside of internet marketing. So Warrior Forum, none of my products fit, so I never launched a product on there. So for us to be listed at #4 bestseller on our first day of launching, just an internal launch just from our own list, it was pretty exciting. So I hurried up and created a contest where I was going to give some stuff away if you guys helped promote it and help us get WSO of the day. Well, that didn't really last long because before anyone could even really join, we got WSO of the day. A couple hours later at midnight, we were announced WSO of the day. So in honor of our excitement of two, really no names launching on the Warrior Forum, the biggest internet marketing site on the internet, and us getting WSO of the Day, I decided to change the contest from helping us get WSO of the Day to really just going to give it away anyway in celebration, because it was kind of exciting and kind of hectic at the same time. As you know, we had to move that same day, so I was gone for all of the excitement and left Dan to really handle all of it on his own, which was crazy. Didn't have internet for a few days into the new place when we moved. It didn't get installed until like that Friday. So I just kept the contest going and said I'm going to give away some stuff anyway. So if you didn't get a chance to register, that's how this started. We're going to do this Q&A, then we're going to give away a product launch. We are going to launch a product with one of you here. Also giving away a Kindle Fire because I love Kindle Fires. So, and I'm also, one of my biggest passions is writing, so I have quite a few books I'm working on writing. So of course I want you to have a Kindle so you can read my novels when they come out. And I'm giving away $100 cash. And what was the other prizes listed on there? Oh, we got giving away 5 lifetime memberships to UX. Everything that's in this stuff really works. And the new ones we were coming out with. We have new WSOs and smaller products that are going to be, or different versions that are going to be launching inside. This stuff really works. So you're going to get lifetime access. I'm going to give away a couple of those. So let's just jump right into this as everyone is ready. Again, if you want to register before the drawing, you still have time. CoachComeback.com/WSO-of-the-day. Put your name in. You don't have to do anything else. Just go there, click the link, put in your name and email, and you will register. And it will give you 50 tickets or 50 tickets into the drawing. And when the time comes, the drawing is absolutely random. It just spits out a name. I click a button and it spits out a name for the winner. So if you've got time until the drawing goes, you have to name in and get in. If anyone didn't get that, and I don't see a chat box or anything. I wish I could put the URL up for you somewhere, but hopefully you can find it. So let's go right into the first question. I've blabbed for 7 minutes now.
You did well.
So first question. Well. Thank you. I didn't even introduce Ann Dan. This all started because of Dan was actually a member of version 1.0. He been a solo ad seller making full-time income for a while, and he was asking some questions about, of course, how now to create his own product and you just expand his business and make even more money. And we started talking on Skype. If any of you know me by now, when you have a problem and we're going back and forth in email, I have no problem with saying, call me. I'll get you on Skype. I've talked to many of you here already where you've been stuck on something and I just called you and we just started you out. So I really do get personal. I really am invested in your success. When you are a member of anything that I do, I stick with you until you get the results that I promise. I hope you guys already know that. So with Dan, same thing, had some questions. We started talking. Really liked his story. We just kind of clicked right away. And then he started telling me a little bit about his business and what he does, and I just thought, how amazing is that to, when we were talking about working together, and he's like, oh, well, I got to spend an hour or two to set up my emails for the day, and then I'll be pretty much done for the entire day. And that got my attention. It's like, say that again? He's all, yeah, I set up my emails. It takes me about a couple hours, 1 or 2 hours. I schedule, copy and paste the people's swipes, schedule my emails, and get paid a couple $100 every day and done in 2 hours. So I'm free to work on anything else the entire day. Wasn't that the best business model ever? So I said, I got to share this. I have to know how you're doing this. And that's how this product came along. He really just told me about what he was doing, loved it, and had to share with someone who is doing it, who's doing it every single day. Again, I love sharing things that actually work. I don't show you any products that haven't been already tested and proven. And this is what he's doing. Plenty of his friends, plenty of people in the groups are doing this every single day, starting from day one, making profits. So that's how this product came about. So glad me and Dan crossed paths. We got plenty more products and trainings in store for you. So let's get into the questions now. First one we have so far is by, well, I'm not even going to try the name. We'll just say KK. She says, he or she, I'm sorry, wants to ask about solo ads brokering. One question was a testimonial. People like to see testimonials on the website, so how do I sell solos if I haven't got a website or testimonials? Thank you.
Yes, that's a great question. In fact, it's like the old catch-22 is what it seems like, right? It's like, well, you need this in order to have this, and I totally get that. That's where I first started, and that's where all of my friends in the solo business first started as well. Yeah. First off, I'd just like to say thank you, everybody, for being here. I know James did talk for 10 minutes, and I've been sitting here laughing along with him, and thanks all for being a part of this. It's great to have you. I really appreciate you. And I know I've talked to many of you by email and everything, and I appreciate your patience. This has been a week that kind of got a little turned upside down, but no excuses at all. Thank you very much for your patience. So we're going to get right into it, get some great content for you. And I just wanted to say that. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Regarding that,
can you see the little mic? Can you see the mic on your side? You're just a little bit low on my side. I don't know if everyone else can hear you clear, but you're just a little bit low. So if you can turn your volume up, that'd be great.
Let me see if I can, James. See if this will help. Did that help at all?
I just got a bunch of messages. Talk again?
Yeah, did that help at all? Is it any better?
It doesn't seem like it, but it could just be my side. I turned my volume up, so go ahead. I just got a bunch of messages from Ivo saying, when are we starting just now? So I don't know. If you can't hear us, it's on your side. From what it looks like, everyone else can hear us. And Marcus said you are better. You are louder now. Okay, thank you.
Good.
CC says we both sound perfect. Thank you, CC.
Awesome.
And
even my wife
I
is
don't know
here.
what's happening.
Okay. Let's hope it's good. So anyway, yeah, thank you, and I do appreciate you. Just what a week it's been, actually, this whole thing with the WSO and WSO of the day, and anyway, ever since I met James, I guess I could say it's been pretty wild. But getting back to the question, yeah, catch-22 is a great way to describe that situation, and honestly, you'll jump in, you'll be able to sell ads. You may not sell to the first person because of that, but what we do is you put your message out there that you've got ads for sale. You will get people asking for your sales page, some of them. And actually, I was surprised it was as low a percentage as it was. I thought, oh man, when you don't know until you just jump in there and you put your message out and see how it's received. And people are getting back to you and saying, some do. What's your sales page? Where's your testimonials? And actually, for about 2 months, even though I had a lot of testimonials, I didn't even have a sales page up. It's just, quite honestly, I was running it totally from Skype, just totally in the rooms and doing all that. And so the people that do ask for that, you say, well, I'm running a special right now. Here's my price, and I'm actually gathering testimonials. And so you do need to start somewhere. And that's really the best way. I'm never going to say fake a testimonial. I wouldn't fake anything. So, and in case any of you were thinking that, I've had people say that. They go, well, gee, should I just put some, like my dad said this, and they won't know it's my dad. And I thought, no, you never want to do that. You never want to go with anything misleading in that direction. So just start out honest. I'm starting out in the business. I'm gathering testimonials, and I'm putting a sales page together, and it'll all be up there very soon. And they'll normally give you a try with at least a small order, 50 clicks, if not more. And it's really as simple as that. Again, I know, I think I mentioned it in the training. I use my little magic trick analogy. It's like when you know really the secret, there seems to be no secret. You're like, oh, that was it? That's really it. It's just a matter of talking to people. Like anything in this business, and as important as it is in any business, it's customer service. It's just talking to people and not just putting that out there and expecting them to buy right away. There's going to be some questions, and you'll get more comfortable as you go along. You definitely will. But it really is just a matter of getting in there. And like I said at first in the training, just review the rooms. Get into the Skype rooms and the Facebook rooms and look around and see how, of course, how people talk to each other, but look in there how people talk to each other and what they're asking and the questions, and just be familiar with some more of the terminology and ask me if it doesn't make any sense at that point. But starting out, you're going to give some away at maybe even your cost or just a little above that and make a little bit. But that is, well, you're probably all familiar, maybe some of you are, what we call a loss leader. You lose a little bit or you just make a little bit, but it so pays off in the long run. You're going to build those testimonials fast and get your list going as well. I hope that answered that.
Yeah, no, the key really is just getting started. If you don't have testimonials or any proof, I just want to talk about this a little because this is common with even with the members from 1.0. With when I was saying to create your own product, they think the same thing, that they're a no name, no one knows them. Why would they buy from them? And so it's proof helps, but it's not a requirement. Most of the time, people are coming, they're looking for a service, whatever your service is. If you're telling them that you're going to deliver on whatever it is you're offering, whether it's, you're going to promise them they're going to lose 5 pounds, or you're going to promise them 100 clicks, whatever business it is, as long as you make the offer so compelling that they can't refuse, the proof, will come later. Just putting your offer in front of enough people, you will find some that nice. You will find some that will take the offer. And Ninad makes a suggestion that says, what if you even offer 20 or 30 clicks free? So basically promising to over deliver what they offer in exchange for them leaving a testimonial once you're done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's even another really good way to get it going. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. In fact, I was going to get into that a little later. That's one of the things we do. Over-delivering is definitely, it's become standard. It's one of those things I just kind of expect. It's almost like when you go to a restaurant, they expect a tip, whether the service was good or not. And that's not really great. But as a service provider, I like to provide that as well. And I go, it's almost like 10% is a given. I generally give 15% at least over. Whatever click they ordered, I do 15% over. And it's, it may be expected, but the 15%, it's a nice thank you. And they do see that, and they remember me, and they're going to come back. So, again, all these things that are just so basic, it's customer service. It's do they like you? Do they trust you? And I think the fact that, when I first started and I was such a newbie, I didn't know any better, and I just told them the truth. I said, I am honestly building this. So I kind of learned that one the hard way. I had some people to ask later on, but I just was honest. I was just myself, and that you're going to click with some people, you're not going to click with others, to use didn't mean the pun there in the solo web business, the click, but it's going to work with some, it's not. You've got to have the attitude that you're confident going in. You know what product you have. They want advertising. You're not here to peddle something and try and persuade them to really do it. Gee, you need this, and here's why. They know that they need advertising. They know that. They want your product. Now it's a matter of you selling yourself. It really is, and it always comes down to that. So if there's a secret at all, it's really be yourself and let your personality come out, and they're going to like you for who you are. If they don't, it wasn't going to work out anyway. So I really like that about the business. It's, yes, we're in the advertising business, but we're in the people business like anything else. So.
Right. All right. Well, thank you for that question. The next one is from Ninad from Serbia. He also says, or she, I'm sorry, I don't know, says, make sure your screen is clear from some naughty stuff because there could be kids on this call. Just wanted to let you know. That's what he said.
Well, the worst thing I have is James and a Cece, so I don't know. That's a pretty good picture, so, of Cece, like we talked about.
So he says traffic. I know the lifeblood of any business is traffic. It's getting users to your offer. That's the biggest thing is, you can have the best offer in the world, but you got to have people in front of it.
Absolutely.
But that's not a very specific question, so we'll come back to that. It just says traffic. So if you can get more specific with that question, we will come back to it.
Maybe if I could just talk on that for a quick second? I mean, it's almost
Sure,
like
go
what they
for it.
say. It's almost like what they say in real estate, right? The three things. It's location, location, location. Have you ever heard of real estate, James? I don't know.
I have heard of real estate.
You've heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I've heard one or two things about real estate.
Yeah, regarding traffic, a lot of people, there's the schools of thought. One will say, well, I only really like to go with, the free traffic because that's awesome and it's free, and it's always going to cost you something. The free traffic has a cost of your time because it's going to take some time to put those campaigns together and do this. And the paid traffic, which is what we do with solo ads, and this is why people come to us all day, every day. They love their solo ads. There are people, as you get into the business and look around, well, let me start with this. There are people that talk bad about everything, as you probably know. So they'll look at solo ads and go, oh, that may convert, that may not. You know what? They buy it every day, all day. And when you do it right, and the way we're doing it, that the pages we're setting up for you, you're going to have good conversions. They're going to be very happy with what you're doing. So the paid traffic is quick. It's fast, and that's why they just go, no, here's my $40, here's my $100. Let's just get this out quick. And that's quick traffic for them. They'll be able to test their campaign or run a campaign pretty much right away instead of setting things up on the free side. So I don't know if that addressed what you're talking about, but I did want to mention that. Some people will only do one or the other, and a combination of both is really good, but this is where solo ads really shine. They're fast for people, they're inexpensive for people. For the most part, compared to a lot of other forms of advertising, they are, and it's a great way to go. So we're selling a product that is very much in demand, and really again, you're not pressuring people to buy anything. In fact, I'll just say this, it's if you feel like you've got to pressure them, it's much easier just to go, I just, maybe mentally, you just need to walk away from this one. If they're really giving you kind of not a hard time, but if you feel like you're really having to answer too many questions, they're getting really specific in things that you're going, wait a minute, this is crazy. There's so many people out there that want what you have that will make it easy. You will understand more as you get into the business and you talk to people, and for the majority of them are so easy to deal with. You're going to have a really good time in this business.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I really want to get into this question, and it may not be a quick answer. It may go on for a while because there's a lot of doubts, hesitance, and questions that are around this one main topic, and it's really.
Can I guess?
I can see already there's about 5 or 6 questions or more just in the chat box on this one topic alone, and I'm sure you probably already know it's all about the click brokering.
I thought it was.
If you don't know what click brokering is, I'm just going to give you a quick and dirty summary from someone who knows nothing about the solo ad business. So click brokering is basically one method in the course where you can start selling solo ads from day one without even having a list. So if anyone here, again, is new, because I know there's some people came from the other course and don't know what a solo ad is, that's basically, it starts off where you have an email list of subscribers. Say you have 500 names on your list. Someone like me who has a product, this stuff really works, version 1.0, this is what I did. And I'm a no-name, so I want to get my product promoted. I will go to Dan and say, hey, I'm brand new, I have no list, I know anyone. I will pay you, $50 to send my email to your list of 500 people. And that's what's considered a solo ad. I'm just basically paying him to tell his email list about whatever I have to offer. So that's a solo ad. So with click brokering, he's teaching you a method that really just opened the doors for anyone to get into this business today. And that was where you can start selling solo ads without even having a list, without just basically putting 2 people together, and you can start doing this today. And so many people just have the doubts. That's what I like to see. The questions aren't from people who've tried it and failed at it and it didn't work. Right. And that's never the case, because you find once you actually start doing it, it's not as hard as you think once you get out there and just try it. I hope this doesn't sound harsh or anything, but most of the questions I had when I was getting started in any business, they got answered more from just doing it and fixing it along the way. Trying one thing, seeing that didn't work, I made it a little better, tried something else. So I actually like the fact that the questions aren't from someone who's tried it and failed it. All these questions are people who can't see the end result. So sometimes in your mind, if you can't see how it's going to work, it keeps you from even starting it in the first place, because it does work. And people are just saying, why would someone sell me clicks for 20 and then 20 cents and then resell them for 45 cents? So give them the whole process, help them see it all the way through, and any reassurance you can get as to that it does actually work as easy as possible. Just talk about click brokering start to finish. This was one of the main questions really that a lot of people are having. How can they get started with no list?
I'm going to start with one thing. Click brokering is awesome. It's a great, fantastic way to go. You'll go, again, I'll stick with the Skype rooms just for sake of this conversation. You'll find many opportunities just there. You'll find people selling for 30 cents. You'll find you can sell clicks for, 35 to 40 cents. Now, again, I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're talking, that's per click. When you sell a lot of clicks, you're going to make some money. So we have easy ways to walk away with $50 to $100 a day. I want to show you something. Here's what I just did, and I had to block things out. I hope you understand, but I had to block things out, and this is
trying to show something.
Yeah, can you see that?
No.
It's not showing?
No, your screen is no longer showing.
Alrighty, not sure why. How about now?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
maybe it's just me. Does anyone else see a screen? Nope. It says no.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to click stop sharing. And I guess I'll download that again, James. Is that what I have to do?
Yeah, I guess if the button is still there to now install the screen sharing, try doing it again so we can see what you're going to show us.
Okay.
The most exciting part, and you're going to break it.
I know. Isn't that great? Well, it's funny because I have it on. It says it's sharing. It's showing me the green screen. Says sharing. Okay. What I was showing you here, which hopefully you'll be able to see soon, but I should download this again, you think, James? Might be the best way to go?
Yeah, try it. Or if you already have it open, just close it and reopen it again.
Okay.
That's the same one. Maybe that'll work.
What I was going to show you basically is the transaction. I had somebody that I bought, actually sold to yesterday morning for a certain price, and I've got somebody else delivering the clicks for me. And if I go and have the whole order delivered, this would be so much easier if you could see this. So, tell me if anything shows up here for you. It says it's sharing. Is it lying to me?
It is lying to you. We see nothing.
Okay. All right.
And
sorry, folks.
I think it's Britt from Sydney says, explain the delivery process as well. That's a related question if you can get to that.
I will do it. Well, I'll tell you what, James, I don't know what is going on here. Can you put up the download for me again? Is that possible? Because the other one did go away. Is that a possibility? Or
say that again? Do what? What are you going to try?
The screen share. I was going to re-download it.
Yeah. Yeah, just now click it again and see if you can get it going again.
Okay. Okay. I was going to download it again and it's not showing for me. Let me try and reopen the last one. Do you have a way of putting that back up for me to download? Like a new... No. Well, that's okay.
Best I can tell you is click here. I'll knock you out and put you back on. How
okay.
about
I was going to say
for it? How about now?
It still tells me I'm currently sharing my screen. It's lying to all of us, and it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me change that. So I'm sorry about that. I would show you, but you can't see it. Let me do this. I don't know what to do here with the screen sharing, but I can talk about the process. I really did have a couple things I wanted to show you, though. Okay, maybe you're doing something. We're getting there. No, it still says them. Yeah.
Well, can you see where it says stop, and you hit stop it and then just restart it?
No, that app is totally gone.
We really want to see it.
I know. I really want to show you. A second. What I did was I sold this, just again, one example. I sold it yesterday for $370, and I'm getting it delivered for $300, so I made $70 there. Now that's if I, once again, it'd be easier with the example I'd love to show you, but that's if I have the entire 1,000 clicks delivered by this other person. Pure arbitrage, I do nothing but put the deal together, and I make $70. But if now you'll have this option, you folks will have this option when you get a list, but I'm going to deliver some of those clicks myself. So there may be, 200 to 400 clicks that I deliver myself, and so of course the profit for me would go up. So I'm going to make a minimum of $70 for doing nothing, and just depending on how many I have delivered by somebody else, it's up to me. But I'm kind of just supplementing things with that is all, so I can have my other clicks freed up to go out to other customers, and I can use this other person, make the money, set up the deal. I think you understand the process there. I'll tell you, things have changed. The marketplace has changed, where it used to be, like we talk about a different aspect of internet marketing. We talk about like AdSense, right, or even affiliate offers, where it used to be as simple as, making money was almost like falling off a log. You could just build a list, send an offer out to it. People go, oh, great, or send them straight to a page and they buy it. It's not quite the same anymore. You see there's a lot more, let's say competition, but even stricter requirements. Things have gotten, it's just not so easy anymore. Well, you can still go in there and make an easy, falling off a log, 5 to 7 cents per click, where you're really going to stand out and make the bigger money. And I did talk to one person, by the way, in our course here that found a source, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this out there because I just want to make the point that you go looking, you're going to find it. It's his source, and he came up with it, and he's making, it's between 20 and 30 cent spread. And I'll tell you what I know from experience is that when you become more of a specialist in something, so you go in the Skype rooms and you see, 30, 35 cents, that's common. And again, you can make money on the spread right in there. That little bit. Where you're really going to make the money, and I've said this before, is thinking outside the box and doing something that everybody's not doing. I've been approached by multi-level marketing people, network marketing people, various things, and that actually very early on, that got me to thinking. I go, oh, I could be their traffic guy. You could make arrangements with some of these people. They're all in some sort of a group, and you can be an exclusive traffic guy for them, or their exclusive traffic guy. They're not in these Skype rooms all the time, and you're going to be, they will and do spend easy 45 cents a click. So you can buy them for 30, 35 cents. You're going to make you can make 10 or 15 cents. These things all add up is really what I want to say. Another specialty area that you go in, and I've got a few things here to share. Another specialty area is what we call geo-targeting. This is where a lot of people only want their ads to go out to specific areas, what we call Tier 1, for example, TIER, or Tier 1, which is really high quality, mostly English speaking. We generally say, 75 to 80% top tier, and those clicks will go all day for at least 80 cents. And you go 80 cents to $1, I see. So now you do buy them for a little more, but you can buy them for 45 to 50 cents. So again, the spread on those, it's a specialty. It's quite a bit more. So some of you actually might want to specialize in that, and that's a really good way to go, is find the geo clicks in the room. Ask for them, just on the Facebook groups and on the Skype rooms, and see who's selling them. I was talking to one of our members, and a lot of the business, not just with the click banking, with the click brokering, it comes down to a matter of timing. Yes, I do spend about 1 to 2 hours a day, but I've got it worked out for what's good for me. I can do it in the morning, I can do it at night, whatever. What you'll find, you want to go where the people are and when they're on the most. And what I found is, so I'm sorry for those of you that don't live, in the United States, but still, anybody can make this work. What I found, and be creative with this, the marketplace is pretty crazy right around 11 p.m. Eastern time. You get a lot of people that are putting ads together, want to send, like I talked about fast traffic, they want to get their fast traffic. You're there when a lot of people aren't. Now, of course, that I said this, there'll be other people there, but still, there's always room for creativity and your own personal take on things. Like I said, people are going to click with you, they're going to buy from you because of who you are, and they trust you and talk to you. You're going to find a lot of customers right around those times. You post your ads on the Facebook rooms, and I've got more Facebook rooms to give you, which are actually even kind of a next level kind of rooms. I'm going to put that in the members area for you, but there's more rooms. You post your ads there. Want to ask a question too. Besides the Skype rooms, which are great to buy from, have any of you been to that Solo Checker? Have you heard of that? And I know that I can't see you or hear you, but solochecker.com is one of the many resources that we have, and that just opened up a couple of months ago, and it's been really well received. I've got one, actually this is a friend of mine, and he's easily doing, now he tells me, I haven't verified this, I'm going to be honest with you, he's averaging $300 a day by just doing this strategy. He buys from Solo Checker, and he sells on the Facebook groups right around the time that I just told you, about 11 p.m. You're finding people that really want to get traffic out fast, and you're there. Another thing I was talking to somebody about, and if you've been in the Skype rooms and looking around, and stop me if I'm just rambling, James, but if you've been looking around, you see how Skype is. You'll see ads in there for people posting their ads, and of course somebody else posts another ad, somebody else posts another ad, and the one that you might have been looking at now is scrolled up. Well, it's a lot of like when you go searching for something on Google. You're probably only going to look at the first page, quite honestly. Would you say that's accurate, James? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll look at the first page, and you'll probably even only look at the top part of the page, what we call above the fold, right? Even though we've become more in the digital age these days, but it's above the fold like it used to be for a newspaper. You just really pay attention to that prime spot. My point there is it is a matter of timing. You'll put an ad in there, like I've had people say, gee, I put an ad in there and nothing. Well, you've got to do it a couple times, sometimes throughout the day, until you, again, really find the times that are going to work best for you. You've got to put it in there because your ad will, depending on how busy the room is, it will get replaced by being scrolled up and up and up, and people are going to be paying attention to probably just the bottom part. So got to kind of be on that for a little bit and post your ad a couple of times. But again, watch the room guidelines. You don't want to exceed, some of them will say you can't post more than every couple of hours, and that's fair. We don't want to go totally crazy with it, but it really is a matter of, like any amount of advertising, it's putting your name out there and it's making sure that people see it.
Yep. Harry, when you said Solo Ad Checker, Harry said great site, so he has been there. And Britt wants to tell you that you are not rambling. Your information is just hot, Dan, so you know.
I really appreciate that. I should have my wife listen to that because she doesn't think so anymore. Oh, okay. No. Anyway,
Well, I really want to see your screen share, so I want you to just exit the room, refresh, and come back so we can turn on your screen so we can show. And while you're doing that, once I see that your name is back on, I will turn it back over to you so you can try again. But I just wanted to talk about a lot of the questions, again, why I say what keeps people from even taking action is the belief. They don't even believe that they can see it. Like they're saying, why would someone sell me their clicks for 35 and then I can resell them for 50? Why wouldn't they just go to that person? And I just want to address that just a little bit because I just want to open your mind so you can get beyond that limited thinking so that you can see literally every single business on earth is buying, one person buys it for less and sells it at a little bit higher.
Absolutely.
Arbitrage, like you see people who buy book covers for Kindle or ebook covers, and they'll pay $150 for graphic design, and then that person just hires someone off Fiverr to do it for $5, and then they keep the $145 difference. You're just getting paid for putting the deal together, putting two people with a need together. I mean, car dealerships. The dealer buys it from an auction at a low price. He comes to the dealer and resells it for higher. Well, you could say the same question. Why wouldn't you just go straight to the auction and buy it yourself? It's the convenience of putting the deal together.
Yep.
And even in the exact same place, one of the methods I teach in my real estate class when I'm teaching wholesaling is flipping a property without ever even buying it. Yes, I have found a property on Craigslist for $50,000, got it under contract for $50,000, relisted it on Craigslist for $55,000, and made $5,000 in the exact same place for the same property.
Yep.
So every business does this. The liquor store, why would you go to the convenience store and buy a soda for $1.50 when they buy them for a case for 5 cents each? Why not? Why wouldn't you go to the manufacturer and buy them for 5 cents each for a case? You know what I mean? So
but I got a question
don't think
for you.
just because you're buying it at 35 and reselling it at 50 cents that no one's going to do that. They're paying for the convenience. Repeat customers will pay because they like you. They're paying for delivering it. Sometimes they're paying because you got your offer in front of them first and they just need it now. So yes, you can go to a Skype room, buy the clicks at 35 cents and resell in the exact same room for 50 cents. You can do this. And you're saying that's only 15 cents spread, but if you're selling it at 1,000 clicks, that's 15 cents times 1,000, and you can repeat that as many times as you want. So it is really that simple. Just make enough offers, get it out there. People will buy them. You just got to do it. Yes, it's all about convenience and putting your offer in front of as many people until you find someone who buys it. Yes, they will.
And like I was saying,
Dan, I'm sorry.
No, you did awesome. I use the example with somebody else too. I used the car dealership, same thing. It's like this. You would think you walk into a place and go, well, what's the price? The price is what's the value to you? It's like, you're right. It is a matter of convenience. And if you don't really need it and you're willing to walk away, well then that changes the value structure as well. But this market, like I was telling somebody, it's not totally efficient. And what I mean by that, you'll hear the economists talk about an efficient market. It means, not everything is exactly the same price, or it's not the same price here as it is over here. It really is. It's what do they need right now? It's like I said, why you can walk into one of the Facebook rooms at 11 p.m. Eastern Time and hawk your wares for quite a bit more than you could have even an hour or two ago. It really is. So the value is there, and to them the value is greater at that time because for whatever reason that's usually the time they're putting things together and wanting to test it out and really get it out right now. So believe it or not, that's a little trick, and you will find it as you get in there. And I know, like you're talking about, James, and like other people, I wouldn't have believed it myself if I didn't see it, and I wouldn't have believed how easy this business was until I did it. It's really the best way I can say it. It really is.
It is easy.
Yeah. Now, movie theater popcorn is expensive, but I think that's worth it. That's worth $7, right? I mean, that's yeah. That might be the one exception. I think that one really is valued properly, but because that's really good. But James, I'm back.
I don't see you. I don't see
you.
No,
I'm back in the room, but I don't have the screen sharing option to download again. Are you able to?
Oh, there you go. How about now?
Currently downloading.
And so so if there's any more questions, I think we covered click brokering enough to know that it's really just buy low, sell high. Same as the stock, same as anything else. You don't have to find the cheapest clicks. You just got to sell higher than yours. So if you find somebody who's selling their clicks at 60 cents a click, all you have to do is resell it for 65, and you've made a profit. It doesn't really matter what price you get. Just contract to get in front of someone who needs a click. Like he said, come to product owners like me and give them an offer. Hey, I'll send you 500 sales page for $100 or whatever it is. I don't know what your pricing is for that, but if you just approach someone and say, if you're converting, if you can prove the offer, the best thing is just prove the offer. So you come to me and say my sales converting at 10%, I say, and I know my cost per click is $1.50. So that means for every visitor that comes to my sales page, I get about $1.50. That's what they call, when you do your stats, it's called cost per click. So if I know for every one visitor I get $1.50, and you come to me and you say, hey, I will send you 100 visitors for $100, that's $1 a click you're selling. But I would still buy it because I know my numbers are $1.50. So I would be okay with spending $1 per click because I know I'm going to make $1.50 back. So it doesn't matter what price you set, make the offer look good enough. You approach me and say you're going to send me 100 people to my sales space. It's less than what I'm making, I will buy it. So again, if there's more questions on click brokering, if we didn't cover that enough, we'll go into that further. But I want to keep going with the questions because there are a lot of questions, and I still don't see your screen.
No.
I'll go to the next question.
Thank you. We'll get back to it, I promise. I think I have a few more things to say about it, and you may have questions as well. So.
All right, we'll try to pick it up a little bit, guys, if we're going too slow, but hopefully we're getting all of your questions answered. We will answer every last one that's here, so we want to make sure get all the questions answered because I know a ton of them came in the email, so we just want to make sure we take care of all of you, that you feel like by the time you're done here, you can go out and start making this happen and increasing your business today.
I'm going to hang out for as long as you need it, yeah.
Till we pass out.
till they pass out, yeah, I'll be here. My computer is downloading, James. It is trying. This is my famous computer all week that's been trying to put your pages together, folks, but which we're still working on, and it's downloading. Yeah. And I am on
one question.
Yes, sir.
Next question we're going to go to it is, how many times do you send email to your list per day? 1, 2, more? What's on average? What's an average number to send to the same? I'm assuming the same list, not if you're segmenting and sending out multiple emails to different portions. But how many times can you send to the same person per day?
Yep. This is one of those questions, and I have a I'm going to give you everything I know on it. And you know, I thank you for saying I don't ramble, but I kind of feel like I do. But I've got some information here for you. So different schools of thought. Once again, I will tell you what I do. Okay, this is what I know works for me. Some people will say you don't want to mail to your list more than one time a day. You don't want to mail more than one time a day. Okay, and then I've questioned them. I said, really, one time a day? I think, because that's just not really that often. I mean, this is the type of business that you want to get your message out there. You're selling clicks. You want to deliver your clicks. And there will be some element of, you're going to have people unsubscribing as a result of you mailing out several times. I mean, kind of think of how you would like it. We probably all get the messages in the mail that we may or may not want, and at some point you unsubscribe. Well, we get people unsubscribing, and I want to tell you right now, don't ever take that personally. It's nothing you did. It's just we do send out a lot of email the way I do it, and this is the way I was originally taught. So that little off subject there. Go back to the person that mails it one time, and I questioned him on that. I said, really, one time? He goes, well, but then I look at the people, because you're able to go into the autoresponder and see who did not open the email at all, who just totally, ignored it. They will mail to those people again, which I think is a great strategy. And they might even change the headline up a little bit. So in case they ignored it the first time for that reason, it didn't appeal to them enough to even open the email, they're getting a second crack at it. So they're changing that and mailing it to those people. So everybody essentially is getting a look at it at least one time. Now, several other marketers that I know, believe it or not, they'll mail 4 to 6 times a day. And when I say that, a lot of people go, that's just crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. How can you do that and not expect people to just drop off your list like flies? Believe it or not, they don't. And what we found, of course, you keep going, go 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know what the number is going to be. Of course, there's going to come a point where they're going to go, whoa, and they'll just throw their hands up and get off your list. But get to that point. And absolutely, we're here to sell as many clicks as we can. We're going to grow our list as big as we can, but this is what we do. I personally mail out 4 times a day to my list. And I will look at the unopens as well. And I should actually, I'll be honest, I should do that more often. but I do mail out 4 times a day. And so sometimes I'll remail to the unopens with a different headline. A lot of times I don't. I just focus on mailing out 4 times a day. And so I'll segment it. You know, you're going to people around the world. Mine is pretty heavily English-speaking countries, 80-85%. But I'll go every 6 hours is what I plan on, and just schedule it that way. So it's not all, you know, United States time necessarily. I want people to be able to see it wherever they are. And what I was saying was, you'll get to the point. For me, the comfortable point, I used to mail 5 or 6, and I was actually at 6 and 7, I was getting warnings from AWeber. I got warnings just saying, you know, I was getting too many complaints, and not spam necessarily, but I was getting too many complaints from people. Well, you want to stay under the radar on that. And one tip is, so if you've got a list of, say, 5,000 people, for example, you can actually get up to 5 complaints a day. You can get 1 complaint per 1,000. And that, I haven't actually seen that in writing. I've heard that number thrown around, and I've actually seen it to be true. So I respect that one, and my numbers are well below that. If I choose to push it and go 5 or 6, you know, I just may do that sometime. But my personal thinking is mail as many times as you can without, find that fine line where, you know, you don't get too many people dropping off, too many more than it was from the level before. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you, James, today?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So I tend to mail more, and that's just me. You really make the most of a list, even if it's a, you know, not a huge, huge list. You really make the most of it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
No, that answers it. Hopefully that answers. If not, again, ask another question. We still got some stragglers that were still coming in. I got some questions about how to register for the drawing that is going to be coming up shortly. We're going to be drawing for giving away a product launch partnership, Kindle Fire, $100 cash, and some lifetime memberships. So if you're just getting here and you have not yet registered for the drawing, go to coachcomeback.com/WSO-of-the-day. WSO of the day. And that's where you can register up until the final drawing. You just enter your name and email, and your name will be entered into the drawing for the prizes later. If you are not registered, just being here won't put you in. You have to also register at that page. So I just want to say that I got a couple of emails and questions asking how do you register for the drawing.
I'm going to say one thing too. Sorry to interrupt you there. I've been frantically clicking here trying to get this thing to work. I'm trying again and actually clearing my... So sorry for the computer troubles, folks. I think James and I are having a competition as to who needs a computer first.
Screen share's not working for you still?
Okay. You know what? I think I might have an answer here.
Oh.
Just might.
Did you just leave again?
I did. I think I might have an answer here. Let me give this a try. We are getting there, and I can, if you had another question, I can, or if I didn't step right over you there, you were talking, sorry.
I was just going to say I was going to try mine and see if mine is working. Since it's on me, can you guys see my, yikes, you're echoing. Can you see my screen? I just started my screen share. Let's see if mine is working. I guess I
can
have
see
to
yours.
Come back. You can see my screen?
I see it.
All right, so it's working.
So now if you could send me the screen share again, and let me try to download it.
Send it to you?
You were doing something where all of a sudden the screen would show up and I could download that.
Oh, yeah, I would just set it as you. All right, let me turn it
Do your
off.
James magic there. Come on, Coach, come back. I just had to work that in somehow.
There. How about that?
That's awesome.
Coach, come back. How about now?
It is downloading. I think we have...
All right, I'm going down the list while you're doing that. Jeff says Dan is the hardest working guy around, just so you know. Jeff L. says that.
Definitely get my wife to listen to the replay on this one, definitely. I appreciate that, Jeff.
Hey, I'm just reading the questions as they come. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And we see your screen.
Yeah, now to make it bigger.
So,
Come on, Dan, you can do it. Get it.
so tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, let me try and. Are you seeing the whole thing?
Ooh, see?
Oh, there you go.
Persistence.
There you go.
Oh, now we see a tiny little square.
Yep. I'm gonna make it bigger. And there we go. All right, I tell you what, we're not gonna just. That's not gonna. I didn't. Nope, wasn't going there. See, leave it to James.
Delayed response. It still came though. I still got it in.
All right.
All right.
Can we see this? Sort of, kind of. So this looks like. Hopefully you can see it. When I had a.
It's tiny. It's a little garbled, but just walk us through it.
All right. So what you're seeing is a Skype conversation. I did have to look like it was a 5-year-old that scribbled through some of these things, but we're talking names and email addresses, and I didn't want that to show. So basically, it's a conversation I had with this person that I was selling for. It's, I'll just say it's hi. If you give me a payment address and an amount, then we'll pay you. So we had come to an arrangement of what we're doing. We had made a transaction, and I asked him a question here. You can all see that probably in the replay, but I asked him about, because I always ask this, and that's what I wrote here. I said, I always ask this. I said, if it wouldn't be giving too many of your trade secrets away, where do you go to find clients to sell to? I always like to ask other solo. It builds your rapport with them. It also builds your knowledge base. You're in the same business, and let's learn from each other. And some people have tricks, and they know you, and they don't mind sharing with it. So I always ask that question.
That's a golden tip right there. That needs to go on the membership or somewhere listed. If you guys didn't catch what he just said, to find out different places to sell your solos, start building a list of different places where you sell by asking other solo ad sellers where they go. No one can sell to everyone, so everyone's going to be booked up some days, and you're going to be the one to sell. So start making a list of different places and making friends with other solo ad sellers, and then just ask them where they sell theirs and start keeping a new list. That's a great tip, Dan.
Very good. Glad you like that one. I can just not get this to work, and I'd love to make this bigger for you. I can do that probably with this one. How about that a little bit?
There you go.
All
That's
right.
more gooder.
I was just trying to share this one little part and not have you see my little window, but that's okay. So you could see, we talked for a little bit, and actually I took out the irrelevant part up front there. But we're making the deal, So it's a total order, and you can see that here. Here's the price, $370 total, and I was confirming that. That was me, just reconfirming. And it's 1K with 1,000. I just wanted to again get it in writing so I could share this. And I let them know today. Traffic started this morning, as you can see. So that was that, and that was the selling portion of it.
So that transaction was you selling 1,000 clicks to someone for $370?
Yep. And you can see the dates up here, December 16th. That was yesterday, where I put this together with the other person that is doing the transaction for me. And you can read through all this. Hey, Dan, I made a little typing error here, and I said I actually wrote I need 8,000 to 1,000, which threw him off a little bit, and I put, sorry, 800 anyway. So what I did here is I got kind of an option. I wanted to clear the way for the whole 1,000 just in case, that I wanted to use his services for that. But I ended up buying right now, and you'll see this. I actually need 800 to 1,000. Here's the price, 30 cents. We confirmed the amount right there of how many I want. I said, sorry, 800. And we laughed about it, of course, because I'm kind of a dummy sometimes and made a typing error, but there you go. So again, to reconfirm, 30 cents a click. I've got 400 right now. And here's what I was saying earlier is I've got an option now, which, some of you in the beginning, of course, you may not have. You're going to end up doing the transaction for the 370 or whatever it's going to be. Buy it for the 300. There's your buy low, sell high, whichever order it comes in. Sometimes you sell high first and buy low later, and that's what I ended up doing just because now I know that I'm able to do this. And when you get that confidence too, and that's really what a lot of it is, it's confidence. And I understand you don't just want to walk in with blind confidence, and I'm happy to show you what I can show you, and I really hope this helps. So this is, again, I do it various ways. I did show one other participant earlier, and he asked me, he said, so when you do this, do you normally go through your website? Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It depends on how these people come in, because the sales site, that'll bring in a lot of sales as well. And it just really depends on the situation. Once again, I want to give you the best answer I can. There's no definitive except that when it comes in that way, that's the way it comes. I use the website. Of course, it's just having a lot of different feelers out there, getting your business from whichever way. And we'll talk about that too, putting classified ads out and just, in essence, getting your name out there. It's a great thing to be known and to be in there and people know you and like you, but get that new business coming in all the time as well and get your name out there. And that's what this is all about. This is a person I do have a relationship with. We've known each other, and I knew that I'd be able to do this for 30 cents and if not less sometimes. I mean, that's the other side of the equation I'll talk about. It's not just a matter of how much can you sell them for. It's the obvious is how little can I buy them for? And sometimes you can get them for quite a bit less. You'll get, in fact, you'll see some solo sellers where they'll offer monthly deals. They'll say, get a monthly deal or a 2-week deal and buy this much per week, and you kind of lock in a price. You're committing, and you don't want to do this probably in the beginning unless you feel really confident about it and see what the market will bear and what you're comfortable with. But you can lock it in at a really low price and just make a guarantee. Like if I got this for 25 cents, I would have made 12 cents each, of course, and that would have been just awesome. This is the type of deal I'm talking about. That's the falling off a log part. This is hardly doing anything at all. And just to break this down a little further, the way this went, in case it's confusing for people. So right now, I did tell him I probably need 800 to 1,000. Right? I wanted to put the word out there and just get him ready for that in case I do, in case I want him to fulfill the whole order. So we ended up at 800 right now. I gave him an order for 400. And really all that means right now is I'll spend as little money as I can. Like I said, some of you may not be able to do this in the beginning if you don't have your own list. I'm mailing some of these from my own list. So if it were pure arbitrage and I was doing the whole entire thing, it would have been $70 for 10 minutes of work doing nothing. And I wish I could make that sound more difficult. I really do. And I'm not trying to just pretty it up and make it sound like amazing. It's pretty amazing. So, and it's also something that, I'll be honest with you, if I were sitting where you are right now, I'd have the same questions. Why? Why would people do this? Even though James had a great explanation, and I hope I did as well, it's the convenience. It's a matter of, it's whatever value is for the people right at that moment. It really is a matter of you being the person you are and selling to the person. Being in the right place at the right time is really what it is, but I don't want to make it sound like a lottery when I say that. It's not. You'll see it. You'll see the patterns. You'll see where the people are. You'll see where all the activity is. You go there and you can't help but make money.
So you bought for 30 cents a click, sold for 37, took you 10 minutes to set up, $70. On to the next one.
Leaving it at that, it would have been $70 for doing nothing. As it is, I'm kind of legging in, I guess you could say, if that's a way to put it, if you understand what I'm saying. So I went with a little bit. I didn't just go, okay, here's an order for 1,000. So I'm going to deliver as many as I can and make as much profit as I can. $70 for doing nothing. And I could do that all day, but this was something where I gave him the 400. I gave him obviously $120, which would be 4 times $30, and there's my $120. So for that, if I do nothing more, do you get the difference there? I pocketed $250 if I send out the rest of the clicks.
Right.
I may or may not. I have an option. In other words, I have whatever I want to do now. I can do it. This is just an option, but it was a nice lock-in of a $70 profit for doing nothing. And then I can just make it more profitable from there, I guess is a great way to put it.
Awesome. Sweet. So we covered that. So that's another example of click brokering. Again, there is no... So the next question I'm just looking at right here is from Don. He says, where do I go to buy and sell brokered solo ads? And I think we kind of covered that. There is no just one place where, you go and say, hey, I'm going to buy these for low and resell them high. Who wants to buy my overpriced solos? So there's not really a place that you just go that says, hey, here's resold clicks for higher. But really the same place you buy and sell your solos is the same place you can do the brokering. So I hope that answers that, Don. We kind of went on that for a little while. So Again, if it's still not clear, again, just ask another question. We'll keep going.
Yeah, and there is a little more to that. We can get a little more into it. Well, I'm going to figure this thing out as we go along, aren't I? Yeah, that's a little better. But yeah, there's a little more. But we can move on to other questions if you want to do that. We can always come back. I think I may have a few little more things to say. Yeah.
The questions, there's a lot. We're going to try to move through them a little faster.
Okay.
So next question from Josh says, I have not purchased the WSO on Solo Ads, but I have a question. Can Solo Ad selling be outsourced? Like, can you place an ad for 35 cents a click and get paid for whatever amount, then take the money to purchase cheaper click packs and keep the profits? Or is there not enough room to do this? I think that's pretty much what you're asking, is what he just described as click brokering. So my short answer would be yes, absolutely.
I would say the same thing. It sounds like that to me. Yeah. Now there are people. Well, he pretty much described the question. There are people in the boards, and you'll see this on Skype. Their name will be, acting as associate for or whatever. So a lot of people do have VAs, the virtual assistants, that are selling the clicks for them. They're even hands-off when it comes to that. And ultimately, that's a great place to be as well. You don't have to worry about selling them yourself. Get that salesperson in there doing that for you, and you can focus on doing other things or less things. It's like having an assistant for anything. Have people sell them. Have people even mail it out for you. It's kind of funny, and then the question becomes, well, okay, Dan, you say you work for an hour or two a day. If I had that part done for me, what would I do? Well, there's the beach. I don't know how close it is to you if you want to do that. There's, but it really can become kind of a hands-off business. And I haven't, that's just one of the things I haven't done. I do like the interaction with other people. I really enjoy that. And so for me, it's not something I want to get away from, as I want to get more into. But still, there's that fine line. If I can do it for a couple hours a day, that's just awesome. And that's what it's turned out to be. But that's an option to get to. You can always have somebody even selling them for you, and even getting to the point where they're mailing it out for you, and you're pretty much just the one pulling the strings here and collecting the money. Yep. But I think what he was talking about there was the click brokering, it sounded like, yeah.
All right, so the next question is from Marcus. Says, what is the best way to approach the brokering angle? Again, I think we covered that, so I'm gonna say go to the next one. An ad says, getting traffic for a webinar in 3 days a little hard. I guess that's more of a question for me, because version 1.0, one of the methods I used was creating a webinar and selling your own courses, your own programs. So getting webinar in 3 days, I don't say it's hard, because that's exactly what I did in my case study for the first one. My total time from idea to selling my own program was 4.5 days. I actually didn't start generating the traffic and sending people to the webinar registration until about a day and a half before the actual start time. So I actually did it in about less than 2 days. But how I would do it now, I probably wouldn't do it that way now. Now if I had a webinar or something and I'm selling my product, I would buy a solo ad. I'd probably buy a Facebook ad. I would go to somebody like Dan and say how much to send my list, send 500 people to my webinar registration. Now, because I sell my own product, so I know what they would sell for. I already know how much each visitor is worth, so I know what I can spend. So it's just a matter of how much you spend on advertising. Again, like I said, if I'm making $2 per visitor, then that means I can spend up to $1.50 per visitor and still make profit. So once you know how much you're making per person in traffic, then just keep buying it as long as you spend less than what you're making back. Even there's a lot of people who do CPA marketing, and that's when you get paid for sending people to opt-in pages, and it's a little too much to explain if you don't know what a CPA offer is. But you basically send people to a page, and if they enter their name and email for whatever is on the page, they'll pay you $1.50 per subscriber. So it'll tell you right there on most of the pages that they're making 45 cents an offer. 45 cents on average per visitor. So again, simple as if you went to a solo ad and bought clicks at 30 cents per click, you would immediately be making a profit. You'd be making 15 cents per visitor on average. So for traffic, yeah, just just buy it. As long as you're buying, once you know your stats, pay less than you know you're going to make, and it's really not that hard for traffic. That's the basically. I have some free methods too. Obviously, I would do JVs or find affiliates and partner with them and give them 50% of the profit. That's the other way I would do it now. If I had no money to spend on traffic and I had a product I wanted to create, even if it was an affiliate product, not even my own, I would simply find somebody who had a list, who has 1,000 people on a list. I would go to them and say, hey, there's an affiliate product that pays, 75% on ClickBank. I'm really good at doing webinars. My webinars convert. I'm going to do a webinar. Can I do a webinar to your list? I usually convert 20%. So you send me the list to my webinar. I will hold the webinar, and I will give you 50% of whatever I make. So you just make a deal with people. Again, you contact 100 people, 20 of them are going to say yes, guaranteed. That's instant traffic, instant list, instant profit. It's just most people stop because it sounds like too much work. But you got to decide how bad do you really want this, really want things to change. So don't shy away from something just because it sounds difficult. Do it one time and realize it's a lot easier than you think. I hope that answered your question on webinar traffic in 3 days. Next question.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, this is a good question from Jeff. There are many sites out there for selling your solo ads. Are there some you like a lot and some you warn about? Ooh, give us the good and bads of the dirty solo ad sites and the awesome ones. What's some of your faves and your bad ones and why?
Yeah, in fact, I'll tell you, that is a great question, Jeff. Thanks for asking that. There's some that here's another one. I'm not going to be vague. I'm going to tell you what I know. So I'm just going to tell you, like you said, James, the good and the bad. There's one out there that some people swear by, and there are the others that just, as the old joke goes, they swear at it, and they just say, wow, that's really a horrible site, It's been good for me. Safe Swaps, and there's a hyphen in there as well, safe-swaps, SWAPS.com. And you've got some experience with it as well. I know you do, right?
Yeah, if anyone knows my story, that's funny. Safe Swaps is the place where the whole shenanigans happened with me and why I got banned from Warrior Forum for that week and a half.
Yeah.
While my product was just being launched, a brand new guy out of nowhere, and I had an incident with Safe Swaps. Most of you probably already know the story, but go on, sorry.
No, that's cool, and because I remember that too. And I mean, quite honestly, I'm sorry you had that experience, of course, but it's the person that was on there. And I don't remember how Safe Swaps responded for you, if they backed you up or what the rest of the story was, but kind of irrelevant, when it comes to this. But tread cautiously there.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's irrelevant.
It's totally relevant because
no, nobody cares. Anyway, moving on. I'm just kidding.
It's relevant, damn you, because this is what the business people are going to be creating. So now I have to share the story.
Oh, see what I did? I'm sorry, everybody.
Yes, look what you got me fired up now. So for my first WSO, version 1.0, I had no one. I'm a no-name, so I had no one promoting it, so I went to Safe Swaps to buy a solo ad. And the very first solo ad I bought was from a person. I'm not going to say any names because that's what got me banned.
It wasn't me. Just know that it wasn't me. Anyway, go on.
It wasn't Dan. Yeah. So it's not the site. It is the person. I paid for a solo ad. I wrote an awesome email because I'm a fantastic writer and people love my emails. So I wrote a great email. I delivered it to this solo ad seller, and it's called your swipe file. So you're supposed to mail out my email and get people to click. So say I bought 200 clicks, I gave them my email to send out to my offer. So they send it out and the clicks are starting to come in, not making any sales, 0. Finally, one person who started asking me questions about it, and they said something weird, like they called me a weird name, like, are you Henry or something? And I'm all, where did you get that name? And they said, from your email. So I said, can you forward me the email that you got? And the solo ad that he got came to my offer. It was a solo ad. Email was 100% spam. It said, oh, use our recycler, make $50,000 doing something crazy by Henry. This system is working like mad. For one, it wasn't my email. They're supposed to send out the email you give them. Two, it had nothing to do with my offer. What they were describing in the email was just some over-the-top crazy offer just to get the clicks. So why this is relevant? Don't be that guy. Don't be the one who gets desperate because you have a deadline and you just want to keep getting clicks and you know that the swipe, you may have to send it out. Well, don't just send out some spammy random crap just so everyone gets the click. So you can say that you fulfilled your end. Don't be that guy. So that's what happened to me. In order to get their clicks done faster, this person sends out these crazy spammy emails that just make you want to click. Like, you know, how to make $5 million in your sleep. Learn this system, make money by tonight. So yeah, you go in and click it. Then it leads to, you know, my relationship book on Kindle. It makes no sense, but they got the click. The click shows they clicked through to my site, but they absolutely did not buy because it had nothing to do with the email. So if you're going to start this business, be a solo ad seller, don't do that. That's not the way to do it. Maybe talk to them, help rewrite their swipe file if it's not great, but don't just send out spam just be on to the next one. That will never build you a long-term business. Anything that's built on dishonesty and tactics like this is just going to crumble eventually. You can't build a solid business for long-term based on a shaky foundation. That goes in no matter what business you're building. Build it on yourself, on integrity. Have, you know, it should be a business you can tell people that you're doing. You know, if you have to come up with tactics like that just to get your stuff done, you know, just please don't do that. Anyway, continue. That's what happened to me. My very first solo ad ever purchased, I got scammed again.
Well, shoot, I guess.
So yeah, just don't do that.
I guess that's
but it's nothing against Safe Swaps. It wasn't the site. I contacted support. I did contact support, and they took care of it. They refunded it. They refunded everything, no questions asked, and they took care of it. So, yeah, so Safe Swaps, safe-swaps.com is still okay. It was just that user.
Yeah. And there are people that you'll find. I was going to say, James, I guess the webinar is over because I was just going to continue telling them how to build it on a shaky foundation and with no integrity. So I guess we're done. I don't know really what darn it. That's kind of killed the rest of the seminar.
Well, there's Dan's way. You can build it Dan's way too.
Yeah. Now, regarding Safe Swaps, that's one that just you'll have a lot of people, you mention that name, and those in the know, right? Like James has his own story, and a lot of people only have good experiences with them, and it really does come down to they made some changes recently in a couple of their structures. It's still overall a good site. You know, is it regulated as well as it could be? Well, if it was, this wouldn't have happened to James. But then again, how can they really regulate every single person and every single act? So for the most part, it lives up to the name. Safe Swaps is really what people go there for, you know, and there's various things. People will sell their solos on there and go there, but that's a good place to go because the sellers are rated. And again, James, I mean, I know you are one to do research, so I'm sure that person even had a rating, so that kind of blows that out of the water too, doesn't it? Did they have a...
They did have a high rating. I checked that. They had a high rating and they had a low price.
I think it must have been what you...
And they said they could go out, you know, that day or something like that, which they still didn't end up delivering them until like a week later.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. I heard a story.
So besides Safe Swaps, to answer the question, do you have any other sites like that you would recommend or that you would warn against?
Yeah. Safe Swaps, again, real quickly, just use judgment. Don't go real crazy with it, meaning don't put a huge order in if you don't know the person. Just, you know, and I guess do your due diligence, do your background, talk to the person as much as you can before you make any commitments to either swap, which is going to involve really no money out of your pocket, but you still want to know what traffic you're getting onto your list. And if that doesn't make any sense, we'll talk about that as well, the swapping, what it really is. But you can build your list in different ways. You buy a solo ad yourself, or you can do a swap with somebody else, which is essentially, I buy your solo ad, you buy mine. Well, why does money even have to change hands? Let's swap. And Safe Swaps was meant to be the mediator there, kind of the safe marketplace for this. And it really is effective as what it does. So, but that's one, I guess that's the one that's been in the news, so to speak, where people really talk about that. So go carefully there. Solo Checker, to go back to that again, has been awesome. Again, they've only had a run, and it wasn't really a shaky start, but they had some technical difficulties at first, and it's not even worth talking about because they're awesome. And even at the time, their customer service was amazing. They knew they were having troubles. They were getting back to people. They even refunded part of the monthly fee. They know, and it wasn't just a matter of, gee, we want to keep our customers. They really are interested in keeping people happy and there and making it the premier place to be. And if you remember my comment from before, this is where one of my friends goes to, where he says, I don't doubt it at all. He makes $300, and he says he averages $300 a day. Well, he'll buy from that place, and he'll sell on Facebook. Because if you go to, again, I don't have a screenshot here. I can go to the site, but Solo Checker, you'll see just all different prices. And again, it's that marketplace we talk about. It's in it. You can buy clicks for higher, lower, and you'll just see it all over the place. And the sellers are rated as well. So really good place to go. Solo Checker I would highly recommend. And I would highly recommend that you as solo ad sellers get on there. Definitely. They've got a few different plans. There's you can even start out at the bottom one, which is about, I think, $10 a month. And then just the medium one is where a lot of people are going to end up being. It's about $29 a month. And it's a great service. It's just a great way to get your name out there and be right there. It's like people can buy clicks right from that site. Solo Checker does take their little cut, but it's a little cut. And for the service they provide, it's really awesome. It's like it's like having your own solo page up even before you do. And I was using Solo Checker even with my website. It just, once again, have as many fingers out there bringing customers in as you can. Why not? That's the business we're in, and it's a great way to go. It pays for itself so quickly. So you'd think I would be an affiliate for them, but Solo Checker, I'm a good advertising for them. But
maybe you should be.
Maybe I should be.
All right.
So
all right. We are already an hour in. I just want to thank you guys for hanging in here this long. I'm glad we're getting some really good questions, lots of feedback, and hope this is valuable for you guys. So to mix it up a little bit, we'll do one more question, then I'll give something away. I'll give away one of the prizes. So we'll do one more question. We'll give something away. I know some of you probably are late. I said some of you are in Sydney, and I know Britt said he was in Sydney, and Ivo, and then we got Bahamas. So I want to make sure we get some of the people, although you do got to stay on to the end for the special offer because it's going to change. So we'll go to the next question, which was, I'll do one more question, then I'll give something away. And I hope I'm understanding this right. This is from Britt. He says, can I offer a list that I bought to sell ads? It's a general list with no specific niche category. I know this is a gray area, but I wanted to get your guidance on this. So
you're selling pages
I'm not the solo ad expert, so I don't really understand the question. I hope you do.
It sounds like you're selling pages from a phone book. I'm kind of kidding when I say that, but when you when you say not niche specific, I'm wondering if maybe I didn't hear the name. I apologize. If he or she could maybe type in something.
That was Britt.
Okay.
We'll come back to that and maybe ask it more specifically.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of factors that influence the price of a list, of course, and even then it still gets kind of subjective where it's going to be the value thing again. But yeah, let's get more specific with the question, so please.
Yeah, you really, from now on when you're starting, if you're building, if you take anything else from this, never just build a quote-unquote general list. Make sure your list is on a list for something, whether it's for internet marketing products, if it's for weight loss, if it's parenting, if it's something. Make sure they're in some sort of a category so you're sending them. That's how you have the most connection with your list, and make sure you have the highest click-throughs on your offers if it's targeted. like me, if I'm on a list and then the next day you send me a list for baby formula, a coupon for baby formula, I'm going to unsubscribe because that has nothing to do with me. So you really want to segment your list into different categories so you know what they're for. And there's a really easy tip to taking a general list and reactivating that list, and that's making sub-lists and segment it. So if you have your own list with 500 people and they're kind of all over the place and you have a new parenting offer you want to send out, just send an email and say, hey, I'm going to be doing, and I'll be very informal in my emails, as you know. I'll just say, hey, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to be talking about parenting, and I'm not going to be sending it here, but if you are interested in this, go to this page and sign up your name and email to this email so that you only get the offers for the email, because I know there's a lot of people who are on this list for other stuff, and I don't want to send it to you. So if this is something you would be interested in, go to this page and sign up to this separate list. If not, just disregard this email. And that's how you can just sub-segment your list into all these different categories. So hope that helps.
Can I say one other thing on that, James, if you wouldn't mind?
You can. Keep it quick.
Keep it quick. Good luck with that, right? This is the reason, once again, I know I mentioned it before, but this is the reason why I wanted to focus on the, kind of make money niche, in case that confused a lot of you. It may not be where your passion is. It may not be what you're really interested in, but this is truly the quickest and just fastest, most effective way to start this business. The market is such that I say it's like having a lemonade stand in the desert, as silly as that might sound, but people want this. There's the steady stream of people that are always looking for ways to make money, whether it's online or offline, whatever, but this is why we chose the market we did. You can expand later, like James is talking about with the parenting, and this is a fantastic way to start it. It doesn't mean this is where you'll end up necessarily, but this is where just immediate traffic is, immediate interest is from people buying and people selling. And so let's go where the market is, and it's right here. And that's awesome. I timed myself. That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah. There's a question now that says, if I had it to do all over again for the first time, is there something I would do different? I think that's directed toward me. I would, without that being specific enough, I would say absolutely yes. I spent years, buying product, trying this knick-knack, trying that. All over again with what I know now, obviously I would go straight to creating my own product and buying traffic and sending to it. Simple. I wouldn't have no other pieces. I wouldn't do any SEO or YouTube marketing, blogging. Even though I love writing, I'd probably still do that. But if I was starting from scratch today, one thing I would do different, I would do my research, see what's hot topic, what people are interested in, create my own product, and sell that. Just send traffic to my product. Hope I answered that question, but that's personally where I stand. What has been the most successful for me, and all that I've done online. Nothing has brought me in more income and more fun and freedom than once I started creating my own products. Once I got better at niche research and finding out what people actually wanted to buy. Like I said, my first few products didn't sell at all because I made products around what I thought I wanted, what I would like, instead of actually knowing the market and seeing what people were buying. So, hope that makes sense.
Yeah, James, can we just see if I won something? Can you go?
Oh, I did say in one more question I would give something away.
I want to see if I won.
All right. Let's see. Last time people were saying, thought I was cheating because they weren't winning. So I'm going to try to show the contest picking the winner right now. Let's see if I can do screen share. You know what? They may not want their name shown. Would you guys have a problem if I show the actual drawing picking the random winner, or do you want your name not to be shown? And yes, this is being recorded. I hope Meeting Burner is recording this, so I will send out the recording. Someone just asked. But if I do the drawing right now, do you want me to show it, or do you trust me just to do it? Because I'll turn on screen share and show the random drawing. What do you guys think? Ivo says he doesn't care if I show it. Rit says no problem showing the names, no problem. Show it. All right, cool. All right, so no one cares. So I'm going to start screen share and I'm going to show. So in the spirit of Christmas, I know you guys are going to be mad about this, but that's what makes it more fun for me, and that's what this is all about, is making it fun for me. I am going to do what they call, now I forgot the name. It's not Bad Santa. Secret Santa? No. Anyway,
you're definitely Bad Santa. Yes, Bad Santa. Yeah.
What I'm going to do is, there are a total of about 10 prizes. Let me see. $500 cash. $100 cash. 5 lifetime accesses, a product launch, Kindle Fire. So that's 4, 5, 9 prizes. Not really that good at math. So what I'm going to do is I've ever done the whatever it's called. And if you know the name, type it in the chat box and put me out of my misery.
I think it's Secret Santa, isn't it?
No, the Bad Santa, something like that, where I'm going to give away one prize, and once I give away the second prize, you have the option to keep your prize or take one of the other people's prize.
Steal a prize.
So basically when you can take their prize. So basically getting picked last is actually better than being picked first. So when you get picked last, you get to choose whatever prize you want. Instead of just going down the list and picking the prizes, I am doing whatever that is called. White Elephant. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to do White Elephant. I'm going to give away one prize right now. So who's ever first, you're basically last. You get whatever's left. So by the end of it, once I give away the second gift, you get to pick from what's already been given away. That makes sense? Everyone ready? Let's see. Make a deal, Santa. All right, let's see if I can start the screen share. And let me know if you can see my screen, Dan, because I don't want to switch back.
I cannot.
I think I have to turn you off. That's impossible.
Yeah.
All right, okay. What about now?
No. It turned off my screen sharing.
Yeah, I turned off yours so that I could do it.
Right. Not seeing yours yet.
It tells me I'm showing.
There we go. Yes, sir. I've got it.
Awesome. So this is going to be awesome. The first prize is going to be the grand prize, which is a product launch JV contract. What that means is if your name is drawn and you get the product launch JV contract, that means we are going to get together over the next couple of weeks. We are going to design a product. We're going to, in whatever niche that you choose, obviously with our discretion, because we want it to be awesome. We're not going to let you pick frog tattooing or something like that. That's not going to sell, because the goal is to make money. So we are going to work with you for whatever niche you are currently in. We're going to help you pick a topic, outline your product, help you get your sales page written, webinar outlined, traffic, everything. We are going to launch a product together. And just so you know, every time we launch a product, it does well. We'll just say that. So together, we already have traffic. We'll launch it to the list. We'll help promote it. So we are going to create the next version. This stuff really works. 5.0 will be whoever gets this. We're going to do it together. So that's the first prize we're drawing for right now. But whoever wins the next prize can take that White Elephant. So I'm going to click the button. It does totally random. Let me make sure it's set to random. Yep, random drawing. All right. So again, I've only used this a couple times now, so just making sure everything is working. So I'm going to click Draw a Winner for the first prize, and that is for the JV product launch. And they have to be live. If they're not here, we're going to draw another name. So first one, I clicked it. The name is, the guy who just said he was leaving. Oh, I hope you're still here.
Oh, come on, Sung.
He just sent me a PM and said he was leaving.
Oh.
And hoped that it was recording. That's funny. Let me look. Oh, he's still in here. If you are still here, put a yes in the, hey, there he is. He is here.
Right on.
Yeah, you guys can see that, right? So, you guys can still see my screen?
There we go. Now I can. It was blanked out for a moment. It is. It's good.
So you are the first winner of product launch. We are going to launch a product together. The next This Stuff Really Works 5.0, we are going to be launching with you as of now.
Awesome.
You are here. If any of you guys are here on the last giveaway I did, you know it took me about 5 drawings before I finally got someone who was actually here. So this is cool. First time it's actually someone who's on. So you are the first winner, but don't be too excited yet, because after I pull the next one, they have the option. The next drawing is going to be for, what was second prize? Was second prize the Kindle Fire, or was second prize the lifetime access, or the $100 cash? I have to look at what I actually put on the page. Does anyone have the page up and know what I put as second prize? Or I can go there myself, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember the order there. I remember Date with Dan got shot down. James didn't like that one.
All right, number 2. I'm just going in the order they're listed. The second prize was 5 lifetime accesses to all of our products in This Stuff Really Works, and also the future products. So whoever gets the next prize drawing will have the option to take their life if they don't want to create a product, or you can take Sung's prize and you can take the JV. So sorry, I just thought that would be a little bit fun in the spirit of Christmas and do the white elephant. So that is the first drawing. Congratulations, Sung Han, for winning, and we will continue with the questions, and we'll do another drawing in a little bit.
Cool.
That was fun.
Yeah. Congratulations, son. That's awesome. Your screen is showing kind of gray right now.
Oh, I turned it back off now.
Got it. Okay.
Someone just posted, I'm not saying any names, that they will want to win a prize as a date with James. I'm not going to say any names, but... That
was me. Sorry. Sorry. Got it. I got that one.
It wasn't you. But yes, thanks guys for letting me know lifetime access was the next prize. I didn't see that. So
that's more than a date.
Right,
that's a long time.
So continue with we'll continue with the questions, and we'll come back with, and thanks Nina, you put them all in the chat box. That way I can just refer here. That actually is very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, James, can I throw something up on the screen real quick?
Sure, let me turn it back to you. Sorry. All right, back to the questions. Okay, it's back to you. You have the screen now.
See if you can see that. I'm showing a picture of an email. Okay. So this is kind of what you were talking about. Can you all see that? See if I can
I see. This is my latest PayPal payment was today.
Yeah. So here's the subject line right there, $250 in PayPal account right now. And the email goes on to say, you can read that. This is what my latest PayPal payment was today, and you can be receiving $250 payments. And blah, blah, blah. And it's pretty good, pretty specific, right? 30 minutes of work each day, banks you $250. My point here is exactly what you were saying before happened to you. So this is where I clicked it, and it took me here. 3 clicks, cash system, pockets, and easy, 383. And I thought, okay, we were talking about 250. That's not so off, whatever. But I clicked it again. I clicked the link again, the same exact link, and it took me to this page. And
so a redirect link.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, and we'll talk about this, maybe not right now, but I use rotators as well. And then some of you that, we made the squeeze pages for, and again, those of you that don't have them yet, they're coming, I promise, thank you. But, we use rotators as well, but they're usually pretty generic, saying, it gets you to click here by saying something fairly generic, and then you go to there and it's, make the money. So if we said something like, money making, few hours, this and that, that's fine here, and that would work here as well. But they were pretty specific in that email, and that's what I really wanted to call attention to. James, your example was a little more blatant what they did to you. It was something that was totally different, but you'll see this quite a bit. And this is, again, the person we really don't want to be. We want to go, there are times when we will want to redirect to other offers, and we'll talk about that as well. Like when you're doing the click banking offers with other people, it'll be like, they're exiting the offer anyway, and let's redirect them to another offer, and that's a great way to go, where it'll take them to something different. But anyway, I wanted to show that as an example, and I've got some examples of more congruent ones where it actually does match better, but you know what I'm talking about. So
right. So I'm going to try to briefly explain this, because there are people here who came from other modules who aren't just solo ad. But we're seeing here, someone paid whoever sent this email. Someone paid them to send this email because they want to promote their offer. And then this is the email that they're sending out. So can you see how terrible this is? You get an email that says you can be receiving $250 PayPal payments, and you're thinking, yes, as a product seller, that, yeah, I'm paying good money to get 100 clicks to my offer, and you're wondering why it's not converting. Well, when you see this is the email that went out, and then you get to one of his pages that says $580, you're thinking, wait, it just said $250 in the email. Now the page says $593. This is what some solo ad sellers are doing. They're just putting out any email, rotating the link just to keep getting the clicks over and over, just to make their money. Don't be just about to make the money. Remember, building a business long term, you want people to be happy because they're going to come back and spend more money. That's why I always say over deliver. Give them everything, because that one customer could end up being a lifetime customer. So always over deliver, and don't be short-sighted and look at how can I do this quick buck and deliver. Think, if I make them completely happy, they're going to come back over and over again. If I do crap like this, they're going to put my name out and tell them that I was terrible, and you could ruin your business doing crap like this. So again, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't be a Dan. Build it on a solid foundation of trust.
Yeah. Notice I blocked my name out here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's other examples like that, but I think you get the point of it. And you'll get some that say, they make it look like it's coming from the utility company or from a bank, or about your account, about invoice number, blah, blah, and it's about the clicks. Are they effective? They're very effective. They'll get people to click, but what you're missing there, just like James said, you're going to get the clicks, and you did your part. You delivered your clicks. You're not going to have a good, what's called the conversion rate. The people are going to wonder why their conversion rate is so low, meaning where's the disconnect here? You can see the disconnect. You get the email, you're expecting a certain thing, you go to a different page. You're likely not to click on their offer or put your email and sign up to their list. You're just likely not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we covered that enough. The moral, don't be a scumbag. That's pretty much what we're saying. And that's in any business. Don't be a scumbag. So we'll keep going.
Yep.
Lots of questions.
I know. Thank you. Got to keep me on track. Sorry, James.
Yeah, this one still sounds like more click brokering. Where can I sell solo ads for more expensive? I think we covered that. Where can I find people who let you resell their solo ads? Again, that's kind of the same thing. You can resell them anywhere. Just get creative.
Can I say one thing real quick? Real quick.
Sure.
I promise. This will be fun. There is a resource. There's a company that I know, and I actually met with the man today because I wanted to be able to pass this on. I'll put it in the member site, but they've got an established program. And what's nice about them is they'll sell you clicks for as little as 31 cents, and they've also got various sources and training to get you to go up to, and they've got the geo tracking clicks available. So that's an established source, and they'll pay you to do that. And also the price of their membership is really minimal, and they give you that much in clicks, so it's pretty much a no-brainer. I'll give you more information on that, but I just wanted you to know I'm not holding out on you. You're going to have something, and that's an established, actually regulated brokering. When I say regulated, it's an established brokering program Where what I'm talking about is going to do it on your own and just going, oh, I can buy this and sell it here. This is, and I'll give you that option, and I've got more Facebook groups for you to join as well, which are really more a lot of people don't know about. And I wasn't holding out on you, but these are some that I just didn't give you everything up front, but I'm going to put them in the membership side as well. So
awesome. All right.
More coming.
So next one says, to build a list, it takes a lot of time. A lot of people use fake emails that they don't read and stuff to get people to click. And to get people to click at the emails that you send them, we all have like 1,000+ emails. Not really a question, but I guess he's saying that, you know, you may have some people with fake emails building on your list, and yeah, it does take time. I don't really know.
Yeah, not for today, but I've got stories to tell you. And we'll, you know, as we get our time freed up and ready to go, yes, there are stories of horrible scammings that have gone on, and I'll tell you more about that, but that's not what we're about. That's not what this is about. And I don't think that's what you're saying, but we're doing it right.
This next one doesn't really apply either. I don't think. You may want to talk about it. It says, how about making a big email list with programs like PowerLeads Pro, for example, 10K, 20K, 100K, sending them to your page to register for a free product to get onto your list?
Mm-hmm.
I
bet you have an answer for that as well. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
It sounds like one of those recycler programs where you get paid for building the list and then you just keep going. My personal opinion, those programs like that are just I don't like them. Personally,
yeah.
They're just kind of scammy. Ouch! Sorry. Personally, they're kind of scammy.
Good job, Cece. You kicked them. Good for you.
Yeah, sorry about that. They're a little bit, where you get, paid for sending them to come to your list, and then they get more people to come to join under them, and then it's kind of, those are like called recycler programs like that. They're not a business. It's just, again, people finding a way to make a quick buck. You won't last. You can't build a business doing that because they're not even really selling anything. So I stay away from programs like that. Build a business you can be proud of.
The exception would be that if it worked, because those programs usually do not. There's just you'll go to Fiverr and have people send out tons of emails for you, and it's not quality traffic. I'm going to not use a word I was thinking of, but it's just not quality traffic. So we're looking for, again, not only deliver the clicks, but get the good conversion for your customers. So.
All right. I'm going to tell you this last question, and then I'm going to pause and grab a quick drink of water real quick. I'm starting to lose my voice, but okay. Britt says, explain the delivery. Where is the list delivered to? I hope that makes sense enough that you could answer that while I be right back. Does that make sense? Explain.
Not really sure. Not really sure.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Sorry, Britt, if you don't really understand.
I want you to get your water. Where is the list delivered to? Well, go ahead for a second, James. Grab some water. I want you to have some water because I did get a couple of questions from people that maybe weren't probably my fault. Didn't explain it maybe very well up front about what exactly is happening here. And I have had people say, so is this page where you're sending my leads to? Is this what's happening here? And that's actually not what's going on. I've been kind of one-on-one with people, but just to explain it a little more here, that the page you're going to have, whether I did it for you or whether you're going to have it put up on your own, that's what we call the lead capture page, or the squeeze page is what it's come to be known as. And that's where people from that email, they're directed to or however they get there, they're on their page and they decide whether or not to put their name in and become a part of your list. So I'm not actually sending traffic for you. That may be the part I'm not quite understanding there. But what we will do is get into more training about building your own list, and how to do that. And I've been talking to people as well in the membership here. They've been asking about, I found a list that I might want to buy, and what about this? And we've talked about evaluating them, and kind of like the last person where I didn't have all the details, I'll just mention, a good list, and this is one of those things you do want to do your research on. You want to know what you're buying, and this is where I kind of went back to the used car analogy again, where it's like, let's say you don't know the person, you want to buy this used car, you know nothing about it. You may not be the car expert at all. Well, I used to work at a car dealership, so this is probably why I use this analogy, but we would get people in the service department all the time bringing their cars in, coming along them with the owner of the car right now, and they'd set up an appointment and have that third-party expert, which is going to be the mechanic, look at it. And again, I know this makes sense, but probably things that we've all done. And so you get it looked at, and they give you the bill of health. Well, in a sense, we want to look under the hood of this list, this potential list that we're thinking of buying. And this may not be what your question was, but this will come up at some point because many times you may find a list that you're thinking about. People are selling lists all the time, and that's a great way to grow your business almost instantly as well. Like the click brokering is awesome. Well, buying a list is instant business as well. And you want to know some numbers about it. You want to know, has it been mailed to before? We talked before about top tier, TIER, in other words, what percentage of English-speaking countries is it? Is it, you want it to be at least 70%. How was your list built? Was it built mainly on email, or maybe it was one of those companies that we just mentioned a moment ago? We just never know. And of course, you want them to be honest with you, and you always hope they will be. You can kind of gauge from how they answer a question, but ideally they'll be showing you some screenshots, some numbers of what the list has been doing lately. I know I mentioned this, I think, in the initial training, which was some people think, and you sit in there and may think, oh, it's a brand new list. It's never been mailed to before. That's awesome. It may or may not be. You never know. I'd rather have something with a proven track record, even of just, I don't know, well, more than a few mailings, but I don't know, a week or two. I mean, I don't want it to be brand new. I'd like it to have some traction out there and show me something. And you're looking for, excuse me, one quick moment. Sorry. You're looking there for, what is this list responding to? Maybe what kind of offers, because you want to know that it's going to be a good match with what you'll be sending out. Again, we're in the make money niche, not necessarily more specific than that. You could be if you want to be, like specifically list building. I've got a person that wants to get into specifically list building, but kind of keeping it general and going with the money online category, you're going to do just fine there. Make sure that list is what that was all about. Excuse me one quick moment. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was my beautiful wife coming to say hi to me. So she came home. But about the list, yeah, we want to see that it's had a good, that it would match what we're going to be sending to anyway, and also that it's had what we call a good open rate. Are people actually opening these emails that have been sent out? And just to give you a number, we can come back to this. I don't want to just throw numbers at you that you may or may not remember, but typically what you'll find in this business, between 2 and 6%, which sounds kind of low, and that's why I like to mail out a lot more than just the one time a day. But these are going to be people that you're going to be mailing to a lot, and that's why it's a good thing to know more about this list up front before you buy it. Because a lot of times there really is no guarantee, and I understand that they can't really make a guarantee. But do your homework first. See what the open rate is, how many people are clicking through. You want to see at least 6 to 10% clicking through. So anyway, I kind of rambled there. I know I rambled on that one, but
going to the next question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be here all night, and it's my fault. Yeah.
Marcus says, I hope you guys had no plans. It's only Tuesday, right? No, what is today? Yeah, today is Tuesday. Yeah, no one's got any plans after Tuesday. We still got a lot of questions. I'm loving the feedback. We're still going to give away more prizes. We'll keep going. Next question, Marcus says, how can we siphon off emails to build our own list while using the brokering method? Ooh, that's a good one. I got to share a quick story about that, which is funny. This was a method we did a long time ago in real estate, and it was how to get a house for free. This one was pretty cool. So in bulk packages, they have these bulk REOs, bank-owned properties. Well, they'll sell blocks of 100 houses at a time, just for example. So say, these houses are worth, $250 to $350 each, and they're selling 100 of them for, I can't do the math in my head, but we'll just say $10 million. So they'll come to people like me who can put together the buyers fast, who know how to market these properties. And what I'll do is turn around, and you don't even have to raise the price or be a good marketer, but you'll turn around and I would market the property as block of 99 properties for the exact same price. So then I send it out to the marketers. They're selling it for $10 million for these 100 house blocks, and I would sell 99 houses for $10 million. Find another bulk company, a builder investor who buys it for 10 grand. They buy the 99. I get deeded over one property for free, without ever having to do anything, not spending a dime. So I'm hoping that applies to what you're saying here about this siphoning. If there's a way that you can siphon off emails from the brokering method, since using the brokering method, you're not having any of your list or spending any money. So I love tactics like this. So what do you got? Tell me something good.
So the one way I can think of to do this, and I've definitely done this, but the one way, I can't see any other way, and again, here we go with a little background, right? The way that mailing lists go, and this is before the internet even, when people would rent a mailing list, right? The way it would go is you'd have a market you wanted to mail to, and this particular magazine was in your niche, and you said, oh, they have a good mailing list. Or they've got quite a large mailing list. I'll go to that. And so you'd rent their mailing list from them. Well, that wasn't your list to keep. It was rental. It was something that you can use one time. That's the terms of the deal. So you mail your offer to all of those people on that list. Whatever converts, whatever you're able to convert to a sale, you can now keep on your list. I hope that makes sense, but that's now your customer. They still own their list, but now this person that bought from you is a customer of yours as well. So that's how that converted over to your customer. I give that as a background because similar to that, we're doing click brokering, and it's really not our list, not our customer. So legally, it's not something we can just take those customers and start mailing to. So what we do, those of you that have seen the squeeze page that we put up, it's basically it's got a lot of opportunities. You see the initial offer, the first one, and then as somebody goes away from the page for whatever reason, whether they've entered their email in and now they're clicking it off. Well, there's another one of those exit pop-ups which comes up. So that'll come up, and you'll click on, you'll look at another offer, and you'll try to exit that, and there's another offer. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Those can get really annoying. I'll tell you what. You're thinking of it from a customer's perspective, which, of course, what else can you do? But now you're going to be a solo ad marketer. You're going to love the numbers. You're going to love it because people say they hate those things, but they work. They'll give you an extra easy 18 to 25% of people that would have just gone away. My long-winded way of getting to the point here is you can have your offer on that page that shows up at the end there. So you're definitely not going to get 100% of the traffic. That's not legal, but the person that they either convert and get on that customer's page, the one that you're selling the traffic for, but you can have your own offer on the page after that and even subsequent pages. Did that make sense, or did I kind of... In other words, if you talk about siphoning traffic off, you'll be doing it that way. That's the way to go. You're going to give the... What's that?
So for IM speak, for people who aren't new and understand.
Yeah, I tried to go jargonless there. I really did.
For internet marketers, if you do understand, what he's saying is to be able to, while brokering, he's saying sell the clicks and put your opt-in on the exit pop. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard. That's exactly what you heard. And that's the way to go. I mean, there are unscrupulous ways.
You've already delivered, so you got them their click, and now when they're on the page, thank you page or the main page, put your email on the exit pop. And we can see your email and password, whatever you have up on your screen right now, Dan, just so you know, we can see that. I'm not going back and editing and blurring nothing out on this video, so that's way too much work. And Sung, I just want to say, I see your message. You are hilarious, man. Add me on Skype so we can talk. Well, we're going to be in touch creating this product if no one takes it from you. I just want to share it with the group because I think it's hilarious. Sung is saying, and I'll see if we'll put it to a vote and see if anyone else agrees with you. Sung is saying we should switch it around the other way, and whoever gets picked first gets to have gets to choose of all the products. So first person gets to pick.
I thought he was wanted me to ask the questions. That makes more sense probably. Things would be a little quicker.
So does anyone think it'd be better if we let the first person who got chosen, they get to pick last and get their choice of all the prizes? If anyone says that's a good idea, we can switch it around and do it that way instead. But I can beg for you. He says he really wants to do the product launch JV, so if anyone else who gets the prize after him cannot take his prize, that'd be great.
Wow.
No, it's not looking good. A couple of the comments, Jeff, Ninad, they're not going for it, Sung. I'm
Not
sorry.
doing it. Not doing
I
it.
tried. All right, screen share. I'm gonna move through these. When you agree to deliver, say 100 clicks, how many people do you send the ad to? I say enough to get the clicks, right?
Enough to get the clicks, and that's so vague. But generally speaking, you'll have a list of maybe because there are variables, and it's how responsive they are, and you'll get to know that. But like bottom line answer, figure 2,000, maybe 2,000, and that's once again so vague without qualifying it, but that's pretty accurate.
Good enough.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'll elaborate more in the forum. We can talk about this later, but figure 2,000 as a minimum. Yeah, I know we are.
A couple hours in, so I'm trying to speed up.
I know you are.
Just
and I want to
tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just going to say, I really want to give value, and I hope I'm answering the questions, but you know what, it is going on a little long for you folks. I'm good to stay, but
you are giving great value, man. I appreciate you being here this long and answering questions because there's still at least 200 questions left.
Awesome.
Just kidding.
No plan.
Angie says to Sung that tough luck, I'm summarizing here, but she basically says, tough luck, that's how white elephant works. Deal with it. That wasn't her exact words, but, you know, that's what I got from what she was saying. Next question. Being a middleman is the best business you can do. Just connecting the seller and the buyer. Take the sweet cream and the top of the cake, sweetest thing you can do. And that's exactly it. That's when you're doing this, when you're doing the brokering, you're just getting paid to put people together. That's because I come back to real estate because that was what I did. But example as a real estate agent, the real estate agent really does nothing. The realtor really does nothing. What does he do? He gets 3% for finding the seller of the home and then putting it on his MLS to find the buyer. He didn't do anything. He didn't build the house. He doesn't make it prettier. He doesn't do anything. But he gets 3% because he's in the middle and he put you, the seller, in touch with someone who's buying. That's it. So if you think of it that way, yes, you're doing great. Mr. Lane, the next question. What does this guy mean? Who would do this? I'm looking to buy top-tier clicks only from vendors who will mail my email ad specifically. There's no generic sales letter or redirected clicks. PM if it sounds like you. I will immediately know the difference, so don't waste my time. You can't do it as instructed. He's saying this is a post in one of the groups and wants to know what that means.
I think I kind of missed part of that, James. Sorry, if you could. What would you?
Jay Lane says this is a post that was in a group, and he wants to know what it means. This is a quote. I'm only looking to buy top-tier clicks only from vendors who will mail, quote, my email ad specifically, with no generic sales letter or redirected clicks. PM if it sounds like you. Oh, I can answer that. We kind of covered that.
I was just going to say that. We covered it. Yeah.
Is saying he doesn't want to be scammed.
That's the bottom line. He doesn't want to be scammed. Yeah.
He's saying I want to buy clicks from someone who's actually going to send my email. That's what he's saying there. He doesn't want you to put any generic swipes with rotators and crap like that. He wants to know his email is going out. That's what he's saying.
In fact, a lot of people, you'll see solo vendors. Well, it's like the examples I showed you. Those are not something that customer wrote the swipe file for. We call the email the swipe. That's kind of the jargon, the lingo there. But yeah, that person didn't write it.
If you're saying stuff that doesn't make sense, so I'm using internet marketing speak and it doesn't make sense, please ask. I apologize.
Yeah. But you will see that, unfortunately. You'll get emails all the time. In fact, I'll get the same email one day, and I'll get it a week later, and it's a totally different offer. So it's just, that happens. They're doing the same thing James talked about. They're just going for get those clicks, get those clicks.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to be a long-term customer for you, which is really what you want to do. So what you want to have.
All right. Next question from Cater says, hi, we might advertising many types of promotion to our subscribers. Will our subscribers become responsive as time goes on?
Will they become responsive? Here's a term that since day one I've been in this business I've never really liked. People talk about the churning and the burning, just kind of, you know, what that they refer to it as a churn and burn. Like I talked about, you're getting people on your list all the time, and people are unsubscribing all the time as well, just because of the emailing that we do. Even if we mail out, just, you know, going with, like James talked about, doing the right thing, and oh, this is the offer. That's what I'm going to tell the people about, and so they'll click on the page, and it's the email you send is congruent with the offer. Well, you're still going to get people after a period of time that will just unsubscribe. And so will they become more responsive? Not necessarily. It's almost like, quite honestly, they could become less responsive, but you're getting new people on there all the time. And I don't want that to sound harsh. I know how I took that in the beginning. I thought, well, no, but email marketing, I want to build a relationship with these people, and I want to be able to do this. And so, James, I'm about to give one of my 5 or 10 minute answers. So if you want, I'll make it as quick as I can. Okay, I'll make it as quick as I can. And I'll tell you what, I'm happy to stay, but I know people have to go. But I have an answer for that question. Yeah, but we can get to that. So.
No, I'm going to cover it short answer, and I poke it in. I poke it in a little bit because we are kind of in two opposite spectrums of internet marketing, whereas he mentioned that phrase churn and burn, meaning you get new people on the list and you email them until they're off the list, and you just keep turning them over, and it's high turnover, where I'm in like a completely different side of it, where I'm on the product creator, where I'm in the email marketing relationship business. So I want to keep lifelong members. Like I have people who are on my list who've been with me since I've been writing, years ago when I said I had no clue what I was doing online, because I always wanted to build that relationship. When I used to just tweet people and we would talk online, and that's how I started out building my list. So I'm on a different side of it, where it's build a relationship with them, create products, get to know your audience, know them personally, really get to know them. And this part takes more work. Building a relationship, knowing your audience, you get more personal, you tell more about yourself, it's more real and gritty and takes a little bit more work. But I think in the long run, my way, of course I'm going to go my way, I think you end up making more with creating your own products and your own brand and your own marketing in the long run, whereas Dan's way, you may see the profits faster.
My way.
Like you said, it's turnover. Yeah. Dan's way, the solo ad way, the turn and burn, you may be able to see profits day one faster and consistently over the long run, but it's actually turnover. You're not building that brand and lifelong members that stick with you because they love getting all of your offers every single day. So not too much knocking what you do and you not knocking what I do. They're two different things, and they actually work together. But Jim just saying that there's two different sides of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Going to the next one.
All right. Can I respond real quickly to that, or you just want to be the good cop and I'll be the bad cop? No,
go for it.
There are people that do it both ways. There are people that you'll be on their relationship list, and there'll be internet marketers as well, and they'll send you emails and, hey, I'm promoting this product, but you get it maybe once a week, not too much. Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm not talking for everybody, but a lot of people do this, under a different name, they'll mail to you, and they'll be selling solo ads and mailing to that list, just not as their own name. So I'll leave it at that, and I hope that made sense, but in other words, they've got the best of both worlds, you could say. They're making money from solo ads. They're also building a relationship with their list in the niche that they are passionate about. That make sense, James?
Sweet. That makes sense.
Okay. And if there's questions
all right,
on it, we can talk about it later. But yeah.
all right, let's mix it up. I'm going to give away another prize. Now let's do one more question and then a prize. All right, Tony says, I have some ClickBank products to start with, so where or what do I do next? Oh, that's way too general for this Q&A. I don't know if you're saying I have ClickBank products that you want to promote, or if they're your own and you say where or what to do next. If they're your own products, what to do next, send visitors to your sales page. If they're not your products, send visitors to the sales page. I don't really understand the question. If you're trying to sell ClickBank product, the only thing what to do next is send people to it. 1,000 different ways to drive traffic. Paid is obviously instant because you can buy a solo ad, Facebook advertising, whatever you want to do, send people to your offer to make money. That's pretty much all it is. Get your offer in front of as many people as possible. Tony, I hope that answers your question. If that doesn't make sense, ask something else.
Yeah. Not a bad question.
Yeah, I don't really know. So I hope I answered that. Britt says, explain what is a click. What constitutes a click? I can answer that because, Dan will probably take 10 minutes to tell you what a click is. A click is when you send an email.
Go ahead.
If you send an email and it has a link to whatever their offer is, so you email and says, like Dan showed in his pictures, hey, I have this awesome new product, you should check it out, here, click here. And then the person who sends the email clicks it, that counts as a click. If you send that email to that person and they don't click it, they just read the email and then delete it, then that doesn't count as your click. Hope that makes sense. All right, we're going to give away 1 lifetime membership to everything that we do.
Oh.
I'm going to show the screen again. Let me know when you can see it.
Okay.
Do I have to turn you off for it to show or not? Can you see my screen? No, it's still showing yours. All right, I'm turning you off. Back to me. Anyone ready for the next prize? Yes?
And okay, I'm on your blank screen, right?
Yeah, Britt says he wants to hear Dan's version of what is a click. So he wants to hear your answer. In my face.
That's exactly what James said. I'll just go with that. That's exactly what James said. The person. Well, I know. How often is that we agree? How often does that happen?
I know.
No, they have a tracking link, is what it is. So they know, you know when this thing got clicked or not. So we can tell if an email got opened and not clicked. And we'll get more into that, but that is a click, and that's as simple as what you're getting paid, anywhere from 35 cents to, up to $1.04. So it's pretty crazy, but that's the business.
All right. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I do.
So this is for a lifetime membership to everything inside this stuff really works. The next one that's coming out, 5.0, and everything else that comes out from now on, all products, everything we have access to, you are getting a lifetime membership. You will be a member for life. We will create everything you need to start making your businesses online. So this prize goes to, oops, I clicked add another prize. Of course, I meant draw winner. And I get a pop-up that says all prizes have been awarded already. That doesn't make sense.
Sorry, everybody. Thanks for sticking around.
Oh, I have to click it on each item. All right, hold on. So we are on...
I think that means Sung has to share his prize with everybody. I'm pretty sure it was something in the rules.
Yeah. We are just on the lifetime access, 5 prizes. Draw a winner for... And remember, you have to be present. If they are not here, we'll pick another name. Adrienne Seabrook. I want to say that is the winner from last time. If you are here, I'm pretty sure that is who won the last one. That's pretty funny.
Wow.
Let's see if Adrienne Seabrook is here. If you are here, say something. No, Jess Sung did not win everything.
No?
Adrienne Seabrook, if you are here, put your name in the chat box. I see your name. I know you're here. If you do not answer, we are going to pull another name.
Uh-oh.
I can see the name. She must have just left it on. Or Adrienne. Was it Adrienne or Adrienne? Maybe she's in the bathroom. You're right. We'll give it another. If you're not here, we're going to pull another name.
Well, that was a nice person that said that. Most people would go on, do another one.
Right. You're welcome, Britt. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Last chance, Adrienne. Adrienne. I didn't see what it said. Man, Nenad is hilarious.
I think we have a lot of jokesters in here. Yeah, probably too many. That's why it's going on too long. Not me. Not me or you.
No, I love it. No, it's because a lot of people, I know it's been 2 hours, a lot of people are dropping off, so if they're not here, that's why you got to reward the people that stay. This was supposed to be a Q&A first, prizes second, so our dedication was to getting people their questions answered who bought the product. So This was just a bonus. So if you're not here, we really can't. There's Britt again. Hilarious. Adrienne, let me go back. Is that Adrienne male name or Adrienne? That's a female name, right?
Looks like a female name, yeah. Yeah.
I'm almost like 94% positive that is. I'm not going to say the name, but I know who that is. That's the one who won last time.
Right.
And I'm not getting an answer. We're going to pull another name, and you will miss out. That's right, Jeff. This is a marathon. You got to be in for the long haul.
That's right. Must be present to win. That's right.
Sweet. Pulling another is gone. So then I'm going to have to add more possible winners. So quantity, because it'll only let me pull the number per quantity. So I have to change that to 6 now since that's gone. All right, drawing another winner. You're not here, you're not getting it. It's live, it's recorded, you saw, I gave plenty of time. Let me check again. If you are here, put something in the chat box. Adrienne,
well, you are the bad
guy. You got lifetime access, or you can steal Sung's prize. Nope, nothing. Gone. And you're gone. Too late. All right. Gonna pull another one. Drawing the next name. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Oh man, it shows the email. I'm sorry. You guys said you didn't mind if I showed it, right? Whoops. Sorry about that. Please no one spam that email and point and laugh and say you missed out. You'll be probably mad at me. All right, drawing another name. The next winner is, I guess I can't set it without it showing the email. Hey, you guys said you didn't mind. Ozer Tayez. If you are still here, put your name in the chat box to claim your prize. You just won lifetime access or your choice of partnering in the JV. If you are here, put it in the chat box. Oh, yes, Taser. I don't know if I'm saying that right. All right, I want to give one away. No one's here. I don't even see his name anymore. He in the participants, so he definitely left. Don't see his name, so he's not here. So we're going to go to the next one. We're going to pull another name. So
at what point do I win?
No, you're not winning. If your name comes up, I'm throwing it out.
Huh.
So we're not on 100 cash. Oh, Sung, I just want to tell you, if you are still here, your odds of keeping your prize are looking good if no one else is still here. So your odds are going up greatly. So I'm pulling one more for, remember I said, if you're watching this replay and you see your name, you did not win. Do not email me saying your name was drawn. Please have access. One of the requirements was you had to be live. That's the whole point. So if you are not here, do not email me if you're watching this replay. You did not win. Sorry. You get rewarded for being live with me. I give stuff away all the time. You guys who are in my Skype group, who've joined the Skype group, know that I throw in free stuff all the time. Stay on my list, you'll get free stuff. If not, I can't help you. Sorry. Drawing another name. Next one it's Ivo. Awesome. That's the 13-year-old success story kid. I think he's 14 now. If you are still here, it's also like 3 a.m. where he is, and he said he will get beat down if he... look at that. He is here.
He's here.
Awesome, bud. How old are you now? Did you turn 14?
I did, yes. Oh, him? Okay.
Yeah, not you. Let's see. Oh, no way. There is, I see your name, Adrienne Seabrook. I want to say I know that was you. I did see your name. She is here. Where'd you go? All right, we need an explanation because we were waiting. Before we get to you, Ivo. Ivo says he is still 13. And that is awesome. To be 13 and be internet marketing and making money online, how awesome.
That's amazing. Good for you.
Adrienne Seabrook, I know you said, tell me, we need an explanation. We want to know where you were when we drew the prize.
Don't put her on the spot.
Because you are still here, so I guess we got to give it away, right? I'm not seeing anything. How long of a delay is it on my talking?
Nope, I'm hearing you.
Miss Seabrook? I saw you just said you are here, so you have to pick your prize if you want the product launch or you want the lifetime access. You need to say something fast because we were already waited and we moved on. Say something in the chat box. I'm not seeing anything. You see that? Blank.
Yep.
Ivo, hold on a sec. We got to get to Adrienne Seabrook first if she'll reply. Come on.
Now, James, I could have answered 5 questions, and I'm kidding. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, while we're waiting for...
Maybe not 5. It wouldn't have been 5. I would have still been done saying what a click is, but go on.
Someone says, I'm not saying any names, someone says Adrienne Seabrook should not get anything because they weren't here at the time of the calling since I did close it. And she's even still not replying. Even though she replied a couple of minutes ago saying she was here, not getting anything now. Thank you, Angie. Adrienne Seabrook, please say something. All right. I'm a really nice guy. I am. You said something 5 minutes ago. You said you're here. You have to pick your prize. All right, last call. Going once. Adrienne Seabrook, say something. Going twice, or you are going to forfeit your prize. All right. That one's out. Yep. No thanks, Britt. Okay. So, Ivo, you are next. So you have your choice of lifetime access to all of our products or a product launch together. Only you. Put something in the chat box. We'll see what it is. 14-year-old boy wonder made money, used my system, and there it is. Ivo picks the product launch.
Right on.
Sorry,
Right
hon.
on.
So now you get lifetime access to all of our products, and this stuff really works. So we'll upgrade your membership to lifetime access. But that could still change. Again, the last person gets to pick. So the last person may still take your lifetime access too. Congrats, Ivo. That's awesome for you. We'll answer some more questions and give away another prize shortly. We'll see who makes it all the way to the end to get the prize. Man, this is fun.
Cool.
All right. So Ivo currently, as it stands, Ivo has the product launch. Sung has a lifetime access. Good?
That's what I understand.
All right, so now back to the questions. Can someone find out what I am reselling clicks? If yes, this is a bad thing in their eyes. I don't understand that question. Can someone find out that I'm reselling the clicks, and will that be bad? Oh, that's an okay question. They want to know if you do the brokering, can someone find out, will they be upset that you resold them?
That's a great question, and I actually was going to talk about that anyway, but I know we're, running a little long here, but it's something I wouldn't want to share, because just like you folks are having the questions, why would they buy from me when they can go over here and do this? Well, of course, we wouldn't want to advertise that fact, because if they know you're doing that, then they're going to know that there is a certain spread, a number of pennies, however many it might be, in there that they wouldn't have to pay if you weren't around. So you don't really want to say that. You just want to go through the same thing you're doing anyway, the customer service, the talking to the person, finding out what they're looking for. And the only thing different is you're not using your own, what we call the autoresponder. That's, again, more jargon there, but that's the service that we use that mails them out. You don't necessarily have to have your own list, but we talked about that, and there's ways to do it where you can, kind of as the gentleman asked, siphon off the clicks, and it's a good way to go. But bottom line, because James wants me to hurry up, is I would not tell them that, no. I wouldn't put it out there that you're a broker for many reasons, but those are the main ones. Did I lose everybody? James, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I was muted. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you can hear this. I have the squeakiest chair on earth every time I move, so I keep muting myself, and I just forgot to unclick it.
Oh, I thought it was my chair. No problem. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. It's a very legitimate business. People do it all the time. There are actual brokers. That's all they do. They contact, they build up a list of people. This is what they do. So it's a legitimate business, but yeah, it's something I wouldn't want to advertise that fact. In fact, for a lot of the time, kind of like what I do is I'll sell from my own list, like I showed earlier, and I'll supplement it, just make some easy money on the side by doing the click brokering as well. And as long as it's quality clicks that you're getting, it's not going to be a problem, but no, I wouldn't advertise that. Just because of the obvious question. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think we covered this. Josh is saying, do you have issues with testimonials when you're just brokering deals? I think we covered that.
Same thing as before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, same thing as before. Yep.
All right. Tony is asking, is this going to be recorded? I said, hopefully. Said you never know with Meeting Burner. I do not have a backup recording this time. I'm sorry. So if Meeting Burner does not get it, there won't be a recording. But I'm hoping there is, because I want to post this for the other members who couldn't be there, because Dan is giving away some great, great valuable content.
I hope so. Thank you.
Nina, another question was, Marcus says, can you use click brokering to build your list? We covered that with Exit Pops.
Yeah. I still think that's kind of the best of both worlds. You'll build it and you'll make money in the meantime. So.
You will buy, for example, 100 clicks for $45. If the seller hasn't got testimonials, I think you won't. You won't. So we need to sell for cheap to get testimonials.
That's one way to go if they don't know you. Like I was saying, you can say, "Gee, I'm offering an offer. I'm offering a special here because I'm getting reviews." But you don't have to go very cheap. You don't at all. The more acceptable way to go is, you offer it, but still they just order a smaller package from you and they test it out that way. So this is one of those things that, again, you'll see it when you do it, but they'll try you and they'll try you out. And if the traffic is good, which it will be, you do what we talk about, you're going to be just fine. It is a matter of getting them that first time, though, always getting that first customer or two customers. But again, that's where the customer service, that's where you just talking to them comes in and really letting them know that you are a real person. You're not just somebody just trying to sell them something, and that you do have their best interests at heart. And you know what? You can lower the price a little bit if you want, but it's going to be more they'll probably just buy 50 instead of 100 or more clicks. They want to try it out. It's very standard. There's a lot of people that haven't been in the business a long time, and they do very well. So I wish I had more of a secret for you, but the truth is there really is no secret there. Once again, like a lot of the things, it's just doing it that way.
All right, next question. Yeah, I'm gonna answer this a little bit first. How big of an email list should be in order to earn $200 a day? So I know, and I'm going to be devil's advocate and give the answer you don't want to hear, because I get this all the time. How many subscribers do I need to earn X? Or how much traffic do I need to my site to earn blank? I know it helps if you just have a solid number that you can shoot for.
Yep.
And that really helps to keep something in mind so you know what to shoot for. But there really is no solid number. I mean, like I said, in version 1.0, I made almost $3,000 from 53 subscribers. I mean, so it's for him to give you a number and say, if you have 1,000 subscribers, you're going to start making $200 a day. He can just give you the averages on what he makes, but it's going to be different for everyone. Some people, if you're selling CPA offers, are doing just CPA marketing where you get $1.50 per email. It might take you 2,000 subscribers to get to $200. But if you're selling product like I do, I may only need, I'm converting, 10%. I may only need 10 people per day to sell $1,000. If my product is $1,000 and I'm converting at 10%, you get that. I only need 10 people to make $1,000 per day. So there's no set number. Every market is different. But if you want to just give us an average of what selling clicks and give us an industry average, that would help.
Sure.
I'll just throw that in.
Kind of given the open rates and click rates we were talking about before, which sound low to a lot of people that do know numbers for email marketing. And again, this is a different business model. It's not the relationship marketing that James has. So we are getting many more subscribers than James is getting, and we're losing some as well. But as long as we always get more, so the answer does vary, and that's the answer is written firmly in mud. Because with the strategy we're talking about, which is doing a combination of the click brokering and the, and click banking and just various things, you could have anywhere from no lists and making that much money or more, depending on how much you want to get out there and work to do those click brokering or arbitrage deals. A general number would be, this is going to sound like a wide range, but 5,000 to 10,000 people on your list. But once again, that sounds like such a big number, but when you do this, again, click brokering, you can do it with a zero list, and that's the beauty of that. So I really hope that answered the question. It's just, I don't want to be vague, but there are so many ways to it. Yeah.
Nope, that's good enough.
Great.
Jackie asked, what is, Dan, your personal best, fastest, or safest way to grow your list? What do you do? They want to know, what exactly does Dan do to grow his list every day?
I'll tell you the best.
Short answer.
Sure. I just gave it. Was that good?
All right, a little longer than that.
Okay. The best answer is the click banking that we've talked about before. I can elaborate or not, or we can talk about it in the forum, but that is an awesome way to go.
Covered in Module 3. That was Click Banking. If you have more questions, we can cover that in a little more detail, but his fastest way that Dan uses is Click Banking, and that was Module 3 in 4.0.
I'm going to mention one quick thing.
Yes. I'm assuming Jackie is a member of that, so you have access to that. So what Dan does is Click Banking.
Yeah. One quick thing about it, very quick, I promise. A lot of people think it's just one-on-one. You can have many Click Banking partners at the same time that you're doing with. You're in various stages of this. And again, we'll elaborate on that, but just keep that in mind and ask me about it later, either on the forums or whatever. But there's many ways to go with the Click Banking, many options, but it's a really fast way to go.
Awesome. Next question is, say I buy my list initially to get going. How do I keep growing my list to get more subscribes than unsubscribes per day? Good question.
Good question, and really very similar to what we're talking about here. You're going to be just the various things that we do with, even from the click brokering to putting your offer on the back end of that. You're going to grow subscribers there. Just all these little things will add to your list. But click banking and doing the swapping as well, which is a version, they're very similar to each other. Click banking, you've got a little longer time frame to deliver the clicks and get the clicks. Swapping is usually pretty quick, and again, we can go into that more, and I can elaborate, but those things are just awesome ways to keep going. You can also buy solo ads. You can just go straight out and spend money on traffic. That's a great way to go, actually. It's a very fast way to go, but you are spending the money, and I won't mislead you. I won't lie to you and say, oh, you can do it all for free. You shouldn't. That should just be one of your strategies. Definitely supplement it all, and you're going to grow your list very quickly with the various ways to go we're talking about.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Great question, Florian. Let's see.
Yeah, I do get wordy with the answers, and we can talk more about that in writing, but thank you. Yeah.
Lane asked, I think it was referring to your email that you showed. He wanted to know what happened before. How did you get in contact and everything that happened before you were able to make that deal? Like, I'm assuming he's asking, where did you meet? How did you get in contact with them in the first place when you put together that brokering deal that you showed us on the screen share?
Sure.
I want to know what led to that in the first place.
Same thing that leads to all of them, just making contact with the people. And actually, you'll get to the point where people make contact with you. Initially you're going to be contacting them, but this guy actually, I'm trying to remember now. I think he actually contacted me, and I'm sorry, I really, it happens so often, but this particular one, I think he got in contact with me first. But yeah, it happens either way. You make contact, you see them selling for a certain price, or that they're advertising, or you put your ad out there and they get a hold of you. So once again, not to be vague, there are so many ways to do this, and it's the same as what we're talking about. You put your ad in the Skype rooms or the Facebook rooms, people get in contact with you, and then now you have that order and you go deliver it. And again, you'll get a really good feel for this, and you'll know what you can sell those things for and get it delivered for. And I knew right away I had an instant profit.
Awesome. Tony asked, is your offer for the Done For You website, folks, still open? And I'll answer that. Currently, if you can go back and find the link to the sales page for the Done For You OTO, but that's only because we have not gotten back to it. When it says OTO, one-time offer, it really is a one-time offer. That Done For You service, the normal price is going to go back up to $97 for him to do that. So if you are interested, and if you can find the link, you can go get it now. But when it goes back, when we can finally get a chance to update it, that is going to be the set price. Is going to be $97 for Dan's Done For You service. So I hope that answers that, Tony. Looks like you're not even here anymore anyway, so probably by the time you're watching this replay, it'll be back to $97.
Yeah. I know I've got a few people still waiting for those, and thank you. So they're coming.
Yep. Next question. What is the best place to find people who want clicks for newbies? If you covered that, I didn't catch it. Who want clicks for newbies? I don't understand the question. If you do, Dan, go for it.
I don't. Who want clicks for newbies? I'm sorry. Does it mean you want to buy? They want to buy clicks from newbies, or? Sorry, I don't know. I know it'll. If we did cover it, of course, it'll be on the recording, but I'm just not sure what the question is. Yeah. But maybe it's the same. How do I do it without having testimonials? I just don't know.
Okay. I don't really know. Sorry if you can ask that again if we didn't cover it. We're going to the next one. Is there a way to revitalize a neglected list? Not knowing what I was doing, built a list of 300 but never really mailed to them. Well, I'll answer this one.
Okay.
One of the best courses that helps for revitalizing a dead list is one called Autoresponder Madness by Andre Chaperon. If you go to coachcomeback.com/ARM, coachcomeback.com/ARM, that's one of the best courses around. You'll see the testimonials go on for days.
Yeah, amazing.
How awesome this course is for revitalizing a dead list. So if you're a year ago and you haven't emailed them, they don't even know who you are, get that course by Andre Chaperon, or even just read some of the stuff on his blog. It's fantastic. It'll help you rebuild that connection with a dead list. So that should cover that.
Before I even knew who he was, I was getting emails from him. I happened onto one of his lists for some reason. And the emails were so good, so engaging. I actually wrote him and said, dude, you're really good. Do you write your own? And it was just, what a stupid question. I didn't know who he was at the time. And he could have gone, duh, I've got this course, but he was so nice about it. He goes, yeah, actually, I write my own stuff. It was just so engaging and so interesting, a lot like this one guy, James, Coach Comeback does. It's a lot like you. It's just really interesting and fun stuff to read. And it really stands out. He does a great job of teaching you how to do that. So.
Awesome. Next question. What is the hottest niche to be in for solo ads? And that's a little general because they can all sell as long as you market right. But I think Dan covered earlier. He said the make money online internet marketing niche because it's just such a hungry market. People in that market buy, and buy. I myself will admit that I said I buy everybody's product. Right now I'm really learning and getting better with my writing and wanting to produce my Kindle books, so I literally buy every Kindle product that come out. Just if I can learn one thing from it, then it helps me. If your business is and you want to get better at it, never stop learning. I'm never the one to say this is the one-stop shop or this is the last product you'll ever buy, because that's nonsense. You should always keep learning, whether you're an insurance salesman or solo ad seller. You should always be learning and wanting to get better at your business, whatever that is. So take that with you. You should never stop learning your business. So the hottest niche for solo ads, like Dan said, internet marketing.
And when we say that, I think some people think, oh, well, so you're taking advantage of these people. That's not it at all. As long as we're putting out quality stuff, people want to learn how to make money, we're going to show them how to make money, and that's the truth. There's a lot of, just pardon my language, there's a lot of crap out there, and this is, I hope you find this is not that, because this is, we really, heart and soul goes into this, and it's just what's happening every day. So, good stuff.
All right. Ivo asked, can you give out popular Facebook, Skype groups for solo ads? And that is inside the members area. He actually did do that, so that should take care of that.
I did, and there's more coming. There's more coming too. So
Jeff says, do people get pissed off if they see you're taking their clicks and reselling them? Well, they won't. There's no way they would know. It just happens every day. I think we, again, covered that when I said, Walmart buys stuff cheap and resells it high. Every business you ever go to, they make their money because they bought it at less than what they're selling it to you for. I don't care what it is you're buying. If you're buying pencils for your kids at school, someone bought it cheaper than what they sold it to you for. That's just how the business works. So No,
Yeah.
they're not. They're not upset that you're doing that. They're just happy they made their sale.
They got what they paid for, and they were happy with it at the time, and you're going to deliver it. There's no reason for them not to be happy.
And Don has another question about brokering, marketplaces for brokering. I think we covered that.
I hope I did. There's always more to talk about there, and we will. But yeah, there's definitely gave you some good tips on that one. A lot of places to go, a lot of ways to do it, and different types of traffic to sell.
And Ninad makes a great point of creative thinking. I love stuff like this. This is awesome. He says, you know, if you want to build your own business and your own list, he says, go out somewhere and buy 1,000 clicks for 30 cents. Market yourself and resell 500 clicks for 60 cents. Now you have 500 clicks to send to whatever offer you want for free.
That's awesome.
I love that. Things like that. Now that's creative thinking, dude. Whatever,
yes.
man, bravo. Whatever you're doing, you're going to succeed because it's a creative thinking like that is
That's
what
awesome.
gets stuff done. I love that. And I want to put that in the members area. That's awesome. Good job, man. That's
awesome.
thinking outside the box.
And even if you don't get it for that 60 cents, you just lowered the cost of list building so much, so much.
Yep.
So that's an awesome way to go, yeah. Just like we're trying to do with the click banking and the swapping. It costs money to build a list, and these are all things that will help you actually get paid while you're building your list. That's an excellent point of view you just came up with, yeah. Excellent idea.
Yep. What happened to the sound? It's like 2 a.m. where you are, Ninad. Man. Hey, Tony came back. Welcome back. We answered a few of your questions. You'll have to watch the replay. We went through 2 of your questions, Tony, while you were gone. Brenda says, do you only send solo ads to your list, or do you also try to provide them some other kind of value, freebie, etc., from yourself? That goes kind of into the relationship marketing with your list. Do you kind of sound like she's asking, do you do relationship marketing at all and build value into your list with your subscribers?
I will now and then send out just an article, a typical no pitch, no sales link or anything. I will send that out, yeah. But again, it's overall not really the business model. And I hate to use that as a cop-out, but it's just we have so many people that are interested in the offers that we send. Once again, believe it or not, you'll see it, that it's engaging for them. Everybody has their different interests. A lot of these people just want to be on that list and look at these offers and sign up for them. But yes, there is the occasion I'll do it, once or twice a month just to sort of break it up. Nothing really scheduled, but yeah, because I do mail out so often, I can afford to, have 1 or 2 that's not generating clicks necessarily, but it does build that long term. If you were talking about that, if you weren't talking about with the people that I'm selling clicks to, I think James, like you said, it was probably the subscribers we're talking about, right? Yep.
Oh, someone asked, I purchased a list and I want to sell it. Can you resell a purchased list?
Sure, you can resell anything. But again, going back to the car thing, it's like driving a new one off the lot. It just went down in value by however much. And it doesn't necessarily mean that with the list, but I and nobody can guarantee what the value is going to be. Maybe we'd need a little more detail on, is there something wrong with the list? Why do you want to sell it? And just more details like that. But sure, there's always somebody out there. You just may not get the price you bought it for, quite honestly.
Awesome.
Like anything, it's got, the value fluctuates. So more answers would be needed there, yeah.
All right, getting to the next question. Oh, man, these are funny. I wish I could. I hope the recording doesn't record the Q&A too. Tim says frog tattooing is a huge niche.
Yeah, when you said you weren't going to do it, I thought, dang it, why? There goes my idea, you know.
So Jeff is asking, what would be the cost to have your help to do this if we are not the one that works? So that's an interesting question. I'm going to cover that a little bit because we went back and forth about offering this service,
Mm-hmm.
and Dan was kind of against it because he says for the time it takes and the value for him, he doesn't really get much from it. So we're getting a lot of questions on the done-for-you service because people are seeing the value. They really just want to pay for Dan to build the list for them. So this is different from buying the list. So we're not talking about Dan has a list of 1,000 people and you buying the name from him.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking people who just want to pay a organic list of 500 subscribers to their email list using all the methods that we learn. And what he normally charges for organic list building is like $3 a name, which is nothing when you think of the lifetime of that subscriber.
Mm-hmm.
When you think, you're going to be reselling those clicks over and over and over to get you started, and that's how Dan started. As you know, in Module 2, he mentioned he bought his original names for similar pricing, and that's how he got started. So we talked about offering, and Dan said the lowest he could go was $3 or $2 per name, meaning we could build it organically. It would probably take a couple of weeks or more, but it would be real targeted list of people who were interested in whatever your niche was. You would tell us what niche. We would do the marketing for you, build that list of real double opt-in or sometimes single opt-in subscribers who want to be on your list for whatever niche, weight loss, you said parenting, real estate, internet marketing, doesn't matter. He would build the list for you, but he said $3 per name, meaning he normally charges, so for 500 subscribers, it would be $1,500.
Can I say one quick thing?
I was saying, sure. You're still going to try to talk me out of it.
No, and it wasn't like, I don't want you to think I didn't want to do it, but it's a lot of time, it really is. But just to correct it, James, I actually paid more than that when we first started. I paid more than that. So it's something that it really does have a value to it. It's something, you got somebody doing it for you and they'll hand it over. It's quite a bit.
You paid more than $3 per subscriber.
I did.
And let me ask you this, because this is more important. So you paid to have your list built for you organically. You paid more than $3 per subscriber, and yet would you still do it again?
I would absolutely do it again. And it's just because I know that while I'm sitting in the background doing whatever, I know that it's being built for me. And when I say, that much money, we talk about value. It was worth it to me because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And even if I took the time to learn, I could have done it, and it would have cost less. But would it really have been? It's like the paid traffic versus free traffic, and it's not a sales pitch to me. It was valuable to me. And we talk about, would you do it the same way or what would you do differently? I would do that the same way. So I see the value in it. Yeah, when you can do it less for yourself, it'll take a lot longer, and you'll learn in the process. But there's there's a cost for somebody doing it for you, and it really does take some time. So in my mind, as I go on and on in circles, I would absolutely do it again. Not in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would do it. Yeah.
All right. So to answer Jeff's question, what would it cost to have Dan build the list organically of targeted subscribers for you? Like I said, he told me $3 per name. I said, so that would mean 500 subscribers would be $1,500, but again, you would make that back probably in a month or two, and you're building the business that would provide for the rest of, as long as you keep building that, you would always be able to keep using that. So we were gonna put together an offer so that he could do that for maybe as low as $1 per name, but it would be on a private one-on-one basis. We'd have to talk about that. So if you're interested in getting the list built for you, maybe $500 for 500 names or $1 per subscriber, you have to send us an email, private message us, and we will set that up and talk to you and maybe get that arranged. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Hope that answers your question. All right, next question.
I'm sure I'm just coming off as a real guy, not a guru.
Yeah. If we haven't got solo ads for sale page, but we wrote testimonial, for example, in Skype chat, so how do you show clients testimonials? I think we covered that. I don't really know.
You can even private message them. When you're talking to the person, you can send them over. And believe it or not, I have to get my sales page updated. I've got a list of many more testimonials that I haven't updated my site with. And if they don't know me, normally they do. I've been around for a while. But if they don't know me, I'm happy to send them over. And that'll do the trick. So as low tech as I can be sometimes, I really need to get back in and update my site. But yeah.
All right, someone asked, what is better finding, while you answer that, I have to go yell something to CC, so I'm going to mute myself. But someone asked, what's better first when you're brokering, finding the buyer first or the seller? And I personally think it doesn't matter. Both are needed in order to complete the process, but I'll let Dan answer that, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, they are actually both necessary, obviously, but I think when you're first starting out and you don't really have a feel for, not a personal feel for the marketplace, gee, what can I sell? Like this deal that I showed you earlier, okay, I had sold that knowing that I'd be able to sell it for a much better price. And so I had no problem with that. And it's not just a matter of confidence because of who I am. It's just that I know I see this every day. And so I know these things sell, and you can always find a price that's many, quite a bit apart from what you can buy it for. So ultimately it won't matter. Like to me right now, I'll do it both ways, but I think starting out, you probably do want to make sure that you've got, you can buy for a lower price first is really where I would go with that. Make sure you can do that, and that you got the sales lined up. Do the trick I talked about going into the Facebook rooms I'm going to give you. Do that and go in there if you can about 11 p.m. Eastern time. Is just, I didn't pick that arbitrarily. You'll find that that's a really good time to go in there because there is a lot of activity of people generally looking, and you'll find that when you post an ad, you'll typically at that time get a lot of responses. There's times in the morning as well. I figured out kind of what works for me and when it was good for me when I had a job, when I was working that schedule, and what I could do. So the business is so flexible. That's a good time in general, but play with that. Use that as a starting point, and you'll definitely find your own rhythm to this. And I'm not just sending you out to the wolves, I promise, but you'll start there and adjust your schedule from there. I don't know if you're back, James, with that.
I am.
Okay.
Next question, Lane says, would it be worth giving away some clicks to someone, a person that a lot of people would recognize in return for a testimonial? Maybe a few of those, the goal being that when the people look at your sales page and see someone recognize names, it will help drive sales. And after this question, I'll give away another prize.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely one way to go. I don't know that I would just give clicks away on their own. I would make it more of, like we talked about earlier, the over delivery, where typically 10% is kind of a given, like everybody expects that. Well, do 20, maybe do 20% and tell the person up front. Maybe instead of giving a lower price necessarily, you'll still get your money, but just say, hey, you know what, I'll give you 20% over delivery, and it's because I'm fairly new, I'm gathering my testimonials. Don't be afraid to say that. It's not a shame. I would tell them that. I wouldn't talk about the brokering at all, but tell them that you're gathering testimonials, and that will, once again, the honesty will go a long way. I've got people that I still deal with now that's something that really doesn't drop away unless the person just drops out of the business. You're going to be dealing with these people for a long time. Your name will spread. I've had people say that about me. They go, "Oh, I've heard of you," and it's thankfully generally not in a bad way. It's I do business honorably, and I do respect. I know what it's like to be a customer. We all do, and you know how you want to be treated. I go back to that. It's just as simple as that. So, yeah, that goes a long way. So I'm still dealing with people today that from when I first started in the business, and we will buy and sell from each other, just depending on how it goes. And that's what's really funny to a lot of people. They think, well, why? Well, when I want traffic, and maybe they have allotted so many for their click banking activity, I may just go ahead and buy some clicks to keep my list growing, which is always what you want to do. So same with them. I'll buy and sell to the same people. So hope that made sense there. And once again, go ahead. On the forum, we'll talk more about all of these things. Definitely, I'll have more time pretty soon to be able to really be on there and answer some questions. So thanks again.
I'm just reading the question. I'm just getting down to it.
Okay.
Sung says he says I'm doing it wrong. He just put in a link to White Elephant. He says, look at step 6. So I'm not going to go there because we're doing. Someone wants to go to what Sung said, whiteelephantrules.com, and look at step 6 and see if we are cheating Sung because he really wants to do the product launch JV. If you guys see the rules, think I'm doing it wrong, think Sung deserves it, more than welcome to chime in. I'm trying for you.